your identification.
What did you say? Now tighten those restraints. Scavenger scum.
We don't need to see his identification.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
My lord.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, torrential rain, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. I'm Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, the Darth Vader to my Palpatine, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. We're starting a little late, and we're not alone this week.
We are not.
No.
There is a presence in
yes,
the room.
joining us, making a very special appearance.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
A presence, not an essence. A presence.
I wore deodorant, so
that's
I was just trying to. Yeah, got it.
It's all right. I ate a bunch of Indian food earlier, so you might be smelling my breath.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm
so glad
that could have been brought to my attention on the drive-in.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, hello, Bob.
Hey,
How you been?
I've been good. It's
Awesome.
been like what, 4 years?
It's been a minute.
Has it
Like,
been?
we've
I was
done
gonna,
so many episodes, dude. I can legitimately not.
I was
keep
gonna go
track.
back and look, and then I didn't.
Yeah, that's all
work.
right.
So,
But longtime friend, frequent guest, Bob is here with us, and yeah, so we're gonna
happy to be here.
get going. First, let's why don't we start with some Patreon first?
Okay. You're not going to say what we're talking about?
Okay, what are we talking about today?
You're all fucked up, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which one of you needs a kidney?
Right. We are talking about Solo.
Yes.
So we alluded to it last week. We had a theater experience,
Yeah.
courtesy of Bob, and
Happy to provide it.
yes, and we are. I think it was based on. I have such
Oh, the
my-
babies.
the jar of babies.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
I'll still find one every now and again.
It's
It's a whole long story. Kristen bought all these little miniature babies and planted them everywhere
they're
throughout
everywhere.
the studio.
There's one right
Why would,
there.
why would you do that?
Why
You'd have
not?
to ask her.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Why did my talking hand have a specifically woven yarn?
Well, that's
Big.
but that's a skit out of South Park. So I mean that kind of that I understand. That is a pop culture reference to it. The babies,
Okay.
I'm puzzled.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Solo.
Yeah.
we're going to talk about Solo.
Yeah. It pretty much started with a text message that you had sent me saying,
Yes.
hey, I thought Solo was pretty good. Just rewatched it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, why don't we
Yeah, we should watch it again.
and we'll do it for
We
the
should
show.
revisit.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen it in quite a while. So
It's like 10 years since it came out.
I think it's been 8. I think it came out in 2018.
It's
You're
probably something we
right.
should talk about when we get to the main topic.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll definitely have that information by the time we get to the main topic. But
Right.
until then, should we talk about Patreon?
Yeah, now you can talk about Patreon.
All right. Well, we'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Frank Kulevich, Catherine Rennick, Dragon Buddy, Lord Helmet Fire, Nick from Sweet Studios, my wonderful mother-in-law, Patricia Goodstein, Don Solsky, Wally Frogmore, Chantal from Pop My Culture, Helen Martin, Sterling Azier, Nicholas Schaefer, Kristen Roscom, Carly Vickers, Ivo G, Shotgun Mark, Frederick Martin, David Schmuck, Scott and Kim from the Use and Abuse podcast, and the Orange and Fett Show, and Kathleen Martin.
Wow. Last time I was here, that lasted like 5 seconds. You had like 4 people.
Yeah.
Expanded. That's great.
Yeah,
Growth.
we're growing.
Congratulations, guys.
And speaking of that, Dave and Bob are currently sitting in our brand new chairs that we
Yes.
got,
Oh,
courtesy of our patrons. So
I knew my back felt good.
yeah,
They're dead sexy.
yeah, it's good chair,
Oh,
good chair, good
Look
lumbar
at my
support.
sexy body.
But yeah, and this is all thanks to you, our patrons, and we thank you. And
Yes,
just remember, everything that you give us goes right back into the show.
exactly.
Everything? Nothing off the top.
No,
No, nothing.
no.
No.
We are from New Jersey, guys.
I know. It's customary
Well,
here.
we don't have a liquor license to pay for or anything like that. So
No protection money that has to
No,
go to somebody.
no.
No?
This is
Wow.
this is pretty well hidden.
Wow.
Yeah,
We're a small outfit.
we're not noticed by the Empire or the mining guilds.
So we got any sidebar headlines?
Yeah, probably. Yes, Luna Girl slaved over these notes, and I'm going to read them. She says it's August. Don't see it as 1 month closer to fall. Instead, look at it as 1 month closer to Spaceballs, the new one.
What's the release date on that?
It's sometime next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have an exact date. yet.
And look, I'm a summer guy. I don't even want to see the word fall, let alone think about it.
Yeah.
Like I hate seeing back to school shit, which I get it. It's August. Back to school stuff's going to start coming out. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
The inundation of the Halloween shit is it's too much. It's too much. Get back to school out of the way. Let kids enjoy their fucking summer. Like that's all we have. All you have.
I love fall.
I hate it.
Love it. It's great. Flannel shirts. It's Han. I mean, every single young woman is dressed as Han Solo. Brown boots, blue jeans, vest, white shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
That's true.
They are wearing their or Neum Num outfits, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
But I'm a summertime guy. My entire, I guess, I mean, I've been an adult longer than I ever was. I was a kid at this point, but it's my entire childhood was like just, oh my God, I can't wait till summer. And then I got to a point where I'm at that point now in August where I'm like, oh my God, summer's almost over. And now I have to do shit because summer's almost over. Even though it's all arbitrary. I don't have kids that are in school anymore.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just, what clothes I'm going to be wearing when I get out of work. The only thing steady is the work.
I mean, I came home today because it rained very hard, right?
Right.
And I opened the door, and there's all this construction paper confetti all over the kitchen, the living room, the dining room, all over. And I just look at my wife. I look at there, and I go, I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. I go, the kids need to go back to school. And the worst part is my 5-year-old's not going back to school this year.
No?
She's on that edge where she could go, or we could let her stay back a year to go to kindergarten.
Right.
And then she'll be a little older when she goes to college eventually, much in the future. So we're going to hold her back this year.
Okay.
No kindergarten, even though she'll go, Mommy, I can't wait to go to kindergarten with all my friends. And I'll just look at my wife like, because I was agnostic on this. She made the decision.
Okay.
And so the last time she did it, this is last week, my wife just looks at her. She goes, sweetheart. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do it. She's going to cry. This is it. We're going to have to tell her. She goes, I love you. And I'm like, what?
What?
Wait, what?
What a cop out.
She our daughter's like, I love you too, Mom. Walks away. I'm like,
that was bullshit.
I was like, you are a liar. You liar, pantalones on fire. Like,
you are living on planet bullshit.
Yeah. I'm like, so now with like 2 weeks away, I'm like, when are you telling her?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, I got to work up to it. I'm like, well, you got like 2 weeks, so you better work up fast because
Yeah,
she's gonna be waving at kids. Why? Where are you going? I don't know.
She's gonna be scarred. Like, this is where I end up paying for therapy in the future. Is right here.
Right.
I'm gonna pinpoint
that's
moment.
the moment. Yeah.
Yep. And it's all her.
It's
fault.
not all with "I love you." Yep. Say it right here, right there.
Right
That's
there. Yep.
that's the mark.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Everything was going good. We diverged off this way.
Speaking of diverging, what were we
on
talking
target.
about? Yeah.
Patreon. No, notes.
Yeah.
Sidebar.
Look, 1 month closer to Spaceballs, the new one. That's fine. I can't think about that yet.
Yeah.
It's fine. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy your fucking summer, people. With the knife hand.
You will enjoy it.
Yeah. That's it. More
right.
later.
So we got some Star Wars news to talk about. This last weekend was Gen Con, which I don't know how familiar you guys are with it.
Yep.
but it's
Used to go.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I used to go almost every year. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
I was just thinking to myself, I want to go one of these years.
It's really great. Do they still do it? It was Indianapolis. They did it in Milwaukee for like a minute. I don't know where they do it now.
I think it's still in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a really great bar in Milwaukee that we used to. Anyway, yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, and at this Gen Con, they announced Dungeons and Dragons Star Wars Edition.
I am so excited for this.
Yeah, me too.
Because the Star Wars role-playing games that have existed, the system stink. Like as somebody who has played D&D since they were, I think I was like 10, maybe 12. Like the Star Wars role-playing game systems have always been convoluted, not great. I'm sure somebody who listens to your podcast is going to disagree with me. That's okay. But like, I just always was like, well, there's a really good system. It's called Dungeons and Dragons. Just take this and put it over the system that works. But, you know, I guess IP and laws and money is a thing. So that doesn't happen. And now finally, we all got to the place we all knew we should have been 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I think we can thank Magic the Gathering for this because, Dave, I don't know if you know, but Wizards of the Coast owns both Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
And Magic the Gathering has been doing this thing for the last few years called Universes Beyond, where they basically take a different IP and just inject it into the Magic world and make sets out of it. And they've done all kinds of stuff, some good stuff, some questionable stuff.
Spider-Man set.
Yeah, they've done a couple of Marvel sets already. They've done like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they've also done like Lord of the Rings.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so
Star Trek is up next, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and I love Star Trek.
Yeah, I think most Magic players are like, nah.
But you know what this means? Star Wars is coming to cardboard crack. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I figured it's only a matter of time. But they have their own card game though too, so I don't know.
No one cares about that.
That is true.
Facts. Nobody cares about that.
But yeah, thanks to the success of this Universes Beyond in Magic the Gathering, now they're doing it in Dungeons and Dragons, which they announced both a World of Warcraft and Star Wars D&D games that are coming out.
Joe Manganiello is now writing for some of the Dragonlance series, which is one of my favorite campaign settings. And he's got his own campaign setting that's like more adult themed, darker, that they're going to release this year too.
Oh,
and
nice.
so, you know, dude was Deathstroke and is a gamer.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this. It'll draw me back into the D&D kind of world, having like the Star Wars tie-in.
Yeah.
And it's just a time thing.
Right. That's the whole thing.
It'll give me a reason to it'll give me a justification for the time. It's like, well, it's for the show, obviously.
Oh, right. Okay. I got it.
We do a weekly podcast.
Yeah.
So obviously.
Yes.
You're sort of,
right. I'm sure
obligated to do this.
I'm sure we'll have some sort of, thing where a team of listeners will somehow get involved and we'll do things and it'll be for the show.
We could run a Star Wars campaign.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah. All right. Though it's not coming out until sometime next year, so
that's fine.
We got time.
We've got time.
I gotta clear my calendar.
Yeah. Besides that, the novel Star Wars Legacy released last week, and that is the one that takes place between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, where it's basically Leia and Rey. Kind of, Leia's teaching her, and they're going on adventures, and apparently there's a lot of good stuff that's coming out of this from what I'm hearing. Like, this is something that we should probably push forward in our show topics and do that soon, because it sounds like they're going back, or at least there's stuff from the Old Republic that's being talked about in this.
And it's churning up some canon.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a young adult novel.
No, it is not.
That? Okay.
Yeah.
I just can't.
There's some of them that have been okay.
The young adult ones?
Yeah.
I haven't read any of them.
I read a couple. They were all right. Like, I haven't read a lot lately.
You know what it is? It's a pacing thing with the young adult ones for me. I just can't.
That's fair.
And God help me, I can't listen to them.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely not a thing.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to get the paper book for a Leia and Rey thing, because if I have to listen to two female voices for 17 hours of a book, I may drive off the bridge.
Especially if it's like Mark Thompson doing the
Right.
narration.
Hi, I'm Princess Leia. Oh, hi, I'm Ray. It's no. I can't.
Well, I mean, can't they just take Carrie Fisher's voice with they've got to own every part of those people, right? Didn't they all sign away their souls when they signed the contract? Can't they just take her voice, put it into, Claude or whatever, ChatGPT, I don't know, choose one.
Yeah.
And then just have her read her own lines in the book?
I mean, I know it's possible. It's certainly possible. It's just whether or not they actually got the rights to do that. The only person I know for sure that they've done that with is James Earl Jones. Like right
they
before
need to
he
lock
passed.
down everybody else, because if you're not going to recast these people, then technology will eventually catch up, where we can make movies of their adventures without recasting any of them. It's just all going to be AI.
Dude, the
And
AI is scary right now for just random bullshit.
And I would pay hard-earned money for all of that.
Yeah.
I have no shame.
Yeah, shut up and take my money.
Yeah, I've been waiting all my life to watch on the screen the adventures between Return of the Jedi, or between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi and New Hope. And like, we have the comic books. That's fine. That's great.
Right.
Put it on the screen. Double dip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd pay too.
Yeah.
Even some of the fan made stuff that's coming out.
There was we were in line at Philly Fan Expo, and there was a really good fan made AI of Maul's death scene, live action.
Yes, I saw that.
It was very, I mean, you could kind of tell. I wish somebody had said this isn't AI, because then I wouldn't have watched it looking, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you could kind of tell, but it was like very well done.
It was really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very clean.
Yeah.
It's scary what they're doing. I watched Office Space. They did an Office Space one, and it was Bill Lumbergh like in a song and dance routine with Milton, and dude, it was like the characters were fucking doing it in the middle, like straight from the movie.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the one where Luke finds Darth Bane?
I have seen that one.
Or his Force Ghost, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Google it. It's very well done. It's also very well done. Like, it's basically Darth Bane telling him why he's going to fail, and Luke being like, "No, I'm not. Here's why. Here's why." It's just really well done.
Yeah.
So much potential.
So much.
But look, we have, if anything, like Star Wars getting involved with the IP and the D&D thing, like it can cross the streams. Like I think it can happen. It's not, there's some barrier that's been breached, I think, where Star Wars was like hard line, like we're not going past this. Like this is, we own this property. We're only doing it if we're doing this. Now I think we've kind of pushed past that a little bit with developing and everything else.
Yeah, now that Lucas isn't in charge.
Well, now that Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Well, and also I do think I agree with you, Jason. Magic, I think, has a big part to play in that, because they can go to Star Wars. Wizards can go to Star Wars and go, "Hey, our Magic the Gathering thing, we're owned by Hasbro. Did you know that we're the most profitable piece of..." Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. We're the only profitable piece of Hasbro. Let me tell you why that is. Let me just show you what we made on the Final Fantasy crossover. And if you think there are more fans for Final Fantasy than there are for Star Wars, you're kidding yourself. So take those numbers, double them, and that's your payday, right?
Yeah. No, it's smart.
This is why I love capitalism.
Yeah, it's smart, and we're going to be the benefit of it.
Yeah.
Yep. So the only other thing I had was we have Rebel Scum Con this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's
Thursday night.
Yep. And
I've already shipped all of my loot down there.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah, I shipped. So last year, Jason and I traveled with like 3 massive carry-on or done conventions. So that's why he's like a big deal.
Yeah, he's the All-State guy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. All-State.
Manny Jacinto, that's another one. That's somebody I'm seeing. He's only Saturday though.
Yep.
Denise Go is one that I'm really looking forward to. She
can't wait.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's Deidre Miro from Andor.
Oh yeah.
So I got her significant other's signature on a picture. Remember the scene where it's like 10 minutes? Turn the lights off. Like,
Yeah.
So I got the picture. He had a picture of like basically that scene. So I was like, last year, I was like, he's like, well, you want me to write a quote? And I was like, yeah, right. Like, I forget what the quote was, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. Just like, write that. He goes, oh, you're going to go to her. I was like, yeah. And tell her to write. So this year I'm going back. I'm like, going to hand her the picture and be like, turn the lights off.
Yep.
It's awesome.
And Kyle Solar is also going to be there, the Cyril Karn.
Yep.
But we saw him last year. Somebody else that I'm interested in seeing is Aubrey Miller. She was the little girl from the Ewok Adventure.
Of course you are.
Which I've seen that movie 100 times when I was a kid. So
I've gone through therapy for that movie.
And just a ton more. You remember the movie Fanboys?
Yeah.
They're having a big Fanboys reunion with a lot of the actors from
no
that.
shit.
Yeah.
We keep saying that we're going to do that for the show.
And we never have.
And we haven't.
Sean Patrick Flannery is going to be there.
Yeah.
Boondock Saints fame and young Indiana Jones. So he's like in the Lucasverse. I'm just excited to see him because he rolls with jujitsu with a friend of mine who owns studios out here.
Oh, no kidding.
So my friend was like, oh yeah, like just walk up to the table and be like, Phil says hi. He's going to know exactly who you like. So I just want to walk up and be like, because he's a black belt in jujitsu.
Yeah.
So I want to walk up like on Friday and be like, so dude, do you want to roll while you're out here? You want to get a couple rounds in? Like, let's go. I'd do it.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah.
He'll probably say no. He's definitely going to say no.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to get your workout.
Yeah. Yeah.
So next
Especially
week,
if they're sitting all day.
That's a good point.
So next week I'll have a lot to report from Rebel
yeah,
Scum Con, I'm sure. And
you should come some year, man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I want to.
It's a really well run. I mean, Jason and I have done fan expos. Jason is a great wingman for all of the ridiculous adventures we go on to get random lightsabers signed.
Yeah.
And I'll say this on the show. I've told you this before. Like, I totally appreciate you doing that. It makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But out of all the ones we go to, fan expos, I would say this is one of the more well-run ones.
Okay.
And it's fun. Like some of them, you've been to Philly Fan Expo.
Yeah.
Like you're there to do a thing, you do the thing, you see your thing, you go home. Like this is an experience. It's a lot of fun. They have sabacc tournaments, which is really cool. Like, just people at a table playing sabacc. It's
nice.
It's neat. So it's a good time.
Yeah. And looking forward to it. And
I wasn't paid for any of that.
This time.
So that's pretty much it for the Star Wars news. Do we want to talk about our weeks real quick?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, this week I have a bunch of additions to
the Sacred Jedi.
Gets me every time. So
it's fucking G.I. Joes, man.
I see that. You've got like the whole wall. I mean, I was a G.I. Joe fanatic, so this is.
Oh yeah, so was I when
this is. I mean, this is. Are these aren't originals? These
no,
are
so this is a whole new line
Yeah.
that they've done, but they're doing them in the exact same style as the ones from the 80s and 90s. And I was looking at some of the stuff that they've released, and I saw that they had two that I'm like, I don't remember seeing those for sale on any of these websites I've been getting them from. And I had to dig deeper, come to find out they were a Target exclusive. But guess who has a child who works at Target? And he works in stocking too. So so I was able to pick up
not Jason's child, obviously.
No,
It's
no.
already wrong.
No, yeah, we would. Yeah.
These are Ninja Force, which is a series that they released back in the day,
Oh my
too.
God, I remember
So
these.
This is Ninja Force Snake Eyes and Ninja Force Cobra Commander.
That's right. They did do a Cobra Commander.
That guy.
Oh my goodness.
How
And now it's broken.
How many versions of Snake Eyes did they do?
Oh my God.
Well,
who
I can
knows?
see.
Look
You
at
mean
the-
like
look
for
at
this
the
new
knee
one?
on him?
No matter how many they did, Basic Black is still the best.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the one that's on my desk.
You know what's really cool is when you go up to people, the Storm Shadow tattoo that he has on the inside of his forearm.
Yeah, the red.
Yeah, the
lines.
red. Like when I, every so often I'll see people who have it right there, and I'm like, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Brone. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
My favorite is Soul Eagle. He's the heavy weapons and also the heavyweight champion, apparently.
You know, some things are just a little too realistic. Like Homeboy's got an MP5 and a drone.
Well, I mean, you know,
Wait a tick. Jesus, these are actually really cool.
Yeah. And there's these other
Not to
companies
be a
that are
kid
doing the
again.
same thing. They're all making these 3 3/4-inch toys with the same interchangeable parts and the O-ring. And
I'd have to. You'd have to buy 2 of them every time because then.
well,
You want to keep the card intact.
yeah.
part of being a kid is opening these and losing pieces of them over a period of months
Oh yeah.
until nothing is left but the figure.
Or instantly.
Or that.
Yeah.
Literally
Or that.
instantly.
You know what they don't have? Well, I don't know if you know what they don't have. I wonder if some of your original GI Joes have. Do you remember the flag points on the back of the boxes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do they have the flag points on the back?
I don't think so.
Yeah, those are cool. I sent those in and got stuff. It was so neat.
Yeah. I do remember my buddy. He had a ton of them.
Apparently, or there's issues.
Oh no.
Show's lagging.
Oh shit. Oh no.
How bad is it lagging?
Doesn't seem that bad right now.
So he's like a luchador. He's got like a belt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Clipping is bad. Are all cables secured? That's a good question.
All cables secured. How do I check mine?
You're good.
Yeah. I think it's more our internet connection to the
Yeah. Jason was having a little bit of issues earlier,
but I thought it got resolved. Let us know if it's still happening. Because
I see. Because you watch you here. Watch. See.
it's the distress signal.
Right. I don't know.
All right. Well, nobody's saying anything, so let's just continue on. If
Probably-
nothing else, it'll be a great audio episode.
Right, because no, it won't, because we're taking this off of StreamYard.
Oh fuck! Damn it, Dave.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. Some pre-show stuff that happened, and it's all Dave's fault.
It's all Dave's fault.
So these will go on the sacred wall this week. Besides that, Dave, what do you got? Or are we still troubleshooting?
I didn't know this was show and tell. I would have brought something.
Oh.
Jason usually always has stuff. So I sent you a text message like a while comics that are probably, they're probably worth $2-3, I would imagine, because they're not in bad shape at all.
Yeah.
And I knew Jason's a Superman guy, so figured.
You are. I never knew that about you.
You serious?
Yeah, I didn't know Superman was your jam.
It was back in the day. I mean, I've got the Superman tattoo.
I don't think I've ever seen that tattoo.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Find out
God.
all kinds of shit today.
Yeah, I got this back in '96.
How many motel rooms have we shared? Like, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
That's
Never
really
knew.
funny.
So
Okay.
now I know Bob has not been checking me out whenever I walk around
Oh,
shirtless in the hotel.
please, I'm clueless. Ask my wife. I'm going to a Rite Aid. She'll be like, that girl was checking you out. I'm like, really? I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So noise suppression saying it sounds better because when you're constantly talking, it seems better.
Okay. So we will not shut up. We will just talk
Right.
nonstop.
That should be easy for you.
Have no breaks. Whoa! I feel attacked.
No, I mean for both of you.
Oh, okay. You good?
I mean, we could. I could do it the whole time, but that
You
would
could. I don't know how entertaining that would be.
maybe ASMR for some people.
More entertaining than some of the full-length feature films from the Star Wars universe I had to rank for you guys.
Oh yes, and I'm excited to get to that. Anything else for your week, Dave?
What did I do? I did that. So I mentioned I put Batman in the notes, but I have a Lego affliction.
I'm aware.
So, and for whatever reason, like I like the play scale stuff. For a lot of the UCS stuff, I can't justify spending the money on it because I don't have that much space to display it unless it's like something I really want. like the 747 with the space shuttle on top. I mean that's
Gotcha.
that's my jam. So all the Star Wars stuff and everything else is all play scale. I got a Batmobile that I like to get the things and then I finish them, right?
Mhm.
So I'll find them like, at Goodwill and they're like, oh, here's like 80% of it and I finish them.
You
With
go
all the-
online, find the pieces that are missing.
if I don't have them.
Yeah.
And if I don't have them, I'll go to Bricks and Minifigs and
Oh yeah.
I'll hunt for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay, get a jar of parts for $6 and then fill that up with whatever projects I'm working on.
Cool.
So I started with one Batmobile, and it was the OG Batmobile. And now I've got
When you say OG, you mean
the 1960
okay?
Batmobile,
The Adam West Batmobile.
Adam West Batmobile.
Gotcha.
And now not the OG one, not the fucking the Chrysler.
The Michael Keaton one.
No, I have that one also.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about if you want to talk Batmobiles, the original Batmobile was a fucking sedan.
I was gonna say,
normal sedan.
from back in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like anyway. I'm not a comic superhero guy. I'm just not. It's not my thing. But I'm infatuated with these fucking Batmobiles. So I went and now I've been parting out all of the Batmobiles. So I have the Tumbler, I have Michael Keaton's, I have a new one that just came out. I pre-ordered. I cheated on that one. I pre-ordered, which is like the Batman and Robin one.
Okay.
So I have like 5 of them now on the shelf, and I'm like, I hope that there's no more. I also have I have the Batwing. The Batwing's kind of like on my wall.
This is what happens with magic sets. Buy a play set for each set, and then I'm like, maybe they'll stop.
I hope they stop.
Yeah.
So I've had that with Batman, and then I forgot where I was going with that shit. No, it's just been. Oh no! So I've been marathoning like the Batman movies, like the Chris Nolan, Batman movies, and I'll say it here, and again, not being a huge comic guy or DC or whatever, but like those Christopher Nolan Batman they're good fucking movies.
Oh, I love them.
Not just Batman movies. They're good fucking movies.
I thought they were all great movies.
Yeah. I enjoyed the shit out of them. I mean, I watched the fucking the Dark Knight, I think twice within 24 hours or twice in like 48 hours.
Nice.
Because I was building I was building the Tumbler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like I'm fishing for parts and it's on the fucking background. So it's like I went from that, and then I started working on some Star Wars stuff. So while I'm working on Star Wars stuff, I start marathoning Star Wars things.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched Solo for reasons for the show, and then I started. Oh, I'm going to watch episode 2. Like, all right. Well, I watched episode 2. Now I'm going to watch episode 3.
Uh-huh.
And then I started, and now I was watching air quote. The Empire as I was driving in. So I'm about 3/4 of the way through Empire on the drive in to get to the studio.
Yeah, Dave likes to watch stuff as he drives.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not his parents.
I mean, allegedly.
Right.
I'm listening. Like it's Star Wars, right? I could flip the phone upside down and just listen to them talking,
the dialogue,
and I know what's on the screen.
Right.
I mean, come on, I've seen these movies countless times.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly hard to like imagine what's going on. Just don't need to be projecting that onto the road in front of me, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But effective because as we're ranking the movies, it gave me a little bit of recency. Unknowingly, it gave me some recency for when we rank our movies later.
Okay.
But yeah, that's been what I'm what I've been doing.
All right. Bob, you got anything you want to talk about? Anything you've been up to?
Like this week? Let's see. I taught
In
a bunch
life, in like the last 4 years.
Oh, in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not really.
We got
No,
time.
Nothing's really happened. You know, I had another kid. There's that. I got
Mhm.
another one on the way. There's that.
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Our son is due on Thanksgiving Day, as a matter of fact.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
That's going to be
That's
exciting.
Yeah, we're excited.
That's another reason to like fall.
Yeah.
My birthday's in the fall. I really should like fall. I just
See, there's all these. Come on back, Dave. Just come on back.
I know.
Just come on back. Yeah, I mean, we were in Italy for 2 weeks, and that was a lot of fun. It was the first vacation I took in like 2.5 years, and it was a lot of fun. I realized that I really didn't know my 2-year-old that well, my 2-year-old daughter, and what I mean by that is like I would leave. I leave at 7, 8 in the morning to go hit the gym and then go to work, and then I'm back at, maybe at a good day I'm back at 4, but then I'm working at home for an hour or two, or I'm back at 7 at night. So like I see her 2 hours a day, really.
Right.
And then on the weekends, if we're not doing stuff, maybe I get a 4 or 5 hour block with her. And so I just realized that I kind of didn't know her that well, and I wasn't really aware of what her personality was. I am now. I get like a solid 2 weeks. And it was really sweet. It was a lot of fun, but we had a blast. The kids travel well. We're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what vacation's for, right?
Yeah. I answered
time.
2 work emails and made 1 work phone call in 2 weeks, and that's
impressive.
Wonderful.
That is impressive.
I made a promise to Bobby, and I pretty much kept it. She was understanding.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, I don't think I've been on a vacation where I've been able to disconnect that.
Something
that
invariably burns down, and then then I'm jumping on a fire and I'm working while I'm on vacation. And this was the first time maybe in my professional career that didn't happen. I mean, I remember walking back into my in-house counsel's like office, the Tuesday I was back, my first day, and I was like, all 4 walls are still here. This is impressive,
right?
It was like,
you can go on vacation and not have to.
I was like, well, you were out of pocket, so we just figured we wouldn't bother you. I'm like, I think I want to cry right now.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So the moral of that story is fucking when you have vacation time, fucking take it.
Take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
So many of us, I'm just talking the contractor that works in my office now. He's Nigerian. And he talks about he's very conscious of how valuable his time is.
Yeah.
And time with his family and everything else. Like he has a perspective on it, because he came over from I think Nigeria, then he lives in Ghana.
Okay.
And then he came from there when he was like 19, 20 years old. So he grew up and was working in Africa and came to the States and started working and doing all the things. Like he fulfilled a lifelong dream of, he wanted a Jeep. He always wanted the Jeep. So he got a job where he could buy a Jeep, and it's a great story. He's a great guy. His name's Dave, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Ironically. But yeah, his perspective on time though, and spending that time with family and everything else is so valid, and something that, God, I said it in my retirement speech when I left the military, and I still don't do it enough. But there's the things. Things will happen whether you're there or not. B, you have to be able to let go and focus on these things that are important, because they'll never happen again.
Yeah.
So take your vacation time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I say this a lot. When before I had my kids, I used to do something every night. I'd have an event or whatever, work, or I'd catch up with people that I hadn't seen. And now, I went to an evening event for a friend of mine who had like a fundraising event, which I don't normally do anymore. And, I remember saying to him, you do understand like how rare this is. Like, and because, I understood pretty early on with my kids that they want me to put them to bed right now. They want me to read them a story. They want to be around me.
Mm-hmm.
There is a finite number of nights that's going to happen. I don't know what that number is, but I know that it's going to hit 0 at some point.
Yeah,
and I don't.
Sure is.
And so, the minute I started, we had kids. Every night suddenly got juxtaposed to, is this worth missing one of those? Like every event, and the answer very quickly became, nope, it's not. It just isn't.
Yeah, I definitely. I regret prioritizing things at work that you can't take it back. And I had a very successful career in the military.
Well, I mean the military, you kind of don't have a lot of choice sometimes, right?
Sometimes I Jason will tell you. I think I tended to be on afterburner a lot. Afterburner at level flight because there was very little opportunity for upward mobility, so I was doing a lot of work that was upper level work that was just not going to get me to that level. So I expended a lot of energy but that never actually made a climb. And I think that's probably what hurt me in the end when I retired. So that's part of my personality, and I know that. I do it with this job, but I'm 50 now, and I can't maintain that same level of like. I know what my performance was, and I still trying to maintain that. I'm still, civilian of the year or whatever, but I'm just.
Of course you are.
I'm not taking all that home. Thanks. I'm not taking it home like I used to.
Yeah.
It only took me fucking 40 years of working to figure that out.
Yeah, but you figured it out.
Yeah.
Some people go through their entire life and don't figure that out.
Yeah, go right into the box.
That's right.
Nice.
There we go.
All right, so enough of this sentimental shit. Are we ready to get to our main topic?
Yeah, what time is it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Fucking, that was actually pretty quick. It was 45 minutes for the three of us.
Yeah.
We focused on wanting to get through it quickly, and we did.
Yeah.
It was good work.
So let's talk about Solo, a Star Wars story.
I'm Solo.
Like we said earlier, we got to watch it this week or last week with Bob at his home theater, which is awesome.
Right.
And I think part of that, helped shift my perception of Solo, just getting to see it in that kind of theatrical setting again. Let's just hop into it. So do you guys have anything to say before we get into some of the details or some of our notes?
I never realized this until we watched it again. It's a heist movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious, but like I just never associated it as, a heist movie. It's which made it a lot more fun for me to watch.
Yeah.
And it hit me like, when they, I know we'll go through it, but it hit me when he's gets on with Beckett's crew. I was like, oh, there's a heist movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And we just happen to be in Star Wars.
Right. You just happen to be in the Star Wars setting.
Yeah.
I think it's the first. Is it the first? No, because Rogue One came out before it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, it's one of those movies where there's no Force, there's no Jedi, other than at the very end. Mauls shows up at the very end for a cameo, but like there's none of that. It's just a bunch of regular people trying to make it work.
Yeah. And even when he does show up, it's 100% part of the story, not gratuitous. It's like, okay, this is definitely part of what is going to continue in this canon.
Yeah.
So,
spoiler alert.
Yeah. We just ruined it. That's the whole.
It was out in 2018. If you haven't seen it by now, I can't do anything for you.
Yeah, if you're watching this show and you haven't seen it at this point, then I don't know what to tell you. So let's talk about the beginning part first. So the whole time on Corellia, when Han starts by boosting the speeder as he's running away
Yeah.
from those guys who took his coaxium and the money, and leading up to when he gets to the Imperial spaceport.
Mhm.
Oh, you're so funny, Dave.
I know.
I mean, I like that it starts with him literally boosting a car.
Yeah,
Right.
It soothes my New Jersey soul. It's familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, where are we? Newark? There we go.
It's like, it's. I mean, I remember the Star Wars stuff from Legends, right? So I remember Solo's backstory from Legends,
Yeah.
and they certainly and I do like when they do this. They give little Easter eggs and tethers to they give some credit to Legends here and there. So like the fact that they start out on Corellia is nice because
Mhm.
Yeah. And that Corellia is what it's supposed to be.
yeah, it's industrial.
Yeah.
It's it's a place they build chips.
Yeah.
Like it's a
And-
sturdy.
I like all the callbacks that they make to that.
And visually, I thought Corellia looked great in
Yeah.
this movie, and I love seeing the Star Destroyers in mid construction.
Yeah.
In a lot of the
Oh,
scenes.
I love that shit. That's one of those things where I'll use the dirty words, like in Star Trek, like especially in the newer ones, where you get these big pan out shots where you which
Discovery or
Well,
Brave New Worlds.
I'm thinking of the new one where
The J.J. Abrams.
Oh, the J.J.
Yeah,
Abrams
JJ.
ones. Yeah.
where he's in Iowa and they drive
Oh,
up and
yeah.
they come up on the fucking big complex.
Yep.
Like that type of shit where you're like you see how the things are built makes it that much more real.
Mhm.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
And then like you said, visually, it's just they did it very well.
Yeah, and I mentioned this as we were watching the movie. You can tell that they put a lot of money into this.
Yeah.
Like it had the budget of any other Star Wars movie.
Mhm.
They put a lot of money into the effects and everything. And
Did we never pulled down any of the data on this movie, did we?
I know the budget was 300 million.
Do we know how much it made?
A little bit over that, like 350 worldwide,
Oh,
which was the start of them pulling back on the Star Wars movies because of that, and because Rise of Skywalker wasn't as financially successful as the other two movies in the trilogy.
right.
They started pulling back. In fact, that was the last Star Wars movie we got until Mandalorian and Grogu this year.
Right.
So,
But
and they blame Solo for a lot of that.
yeah, but they also released Solo when they shouldn't have.
Right.
They released it at the same time as a fucking Marvel movie that they knew that was gonna, be bigger in the box office.
Yeah.
It was just dumb Disney shit.
And I still blame The Last Jedi for part of Solo's
I mean,
box office failure.
yeah,
Because we were only 5 months removed from The Last Jedi,
Oh
I
my
think,
god, yeah.
we had
when
this-
Solo came
had
out.
that taste in our mouths for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if this is the place to talk about it, but Alden Ehrenreich is a pretty good young Harrison Ford, I thought.
Yeah.
Not even a young Harrison Ford. Like he's a good he's believable.
Yeah.
He's got some of the affectations.
Yeah, he's got a punchable face.
Yep. That there's that. Like I thought he did a good job.
Overall, I think so. But there were a couple of times where it seemed like he was really trying to mimic that Harrison
Yeah.
Ford,
Right.
and he was kind of overdoing it a little bit.
I mean, it's a tall order.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're gonna go be young Harrison Ford.
Right.
And not just young Harrison Ford in like, I don't know, some movie. Like, this is the iconic role along with Indiana Jones that started this guy's career.
Right.
You're gonna go play him.
Yeah. Expectations are going to be high.
He's gonna be a dude playing a dude. Pretending to be a dude.
Oh God. That never
You know,
gets
I
old.
was really surprised at Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Like his performance, I mean, because he's usually this goofy character, and this was like, I mean, he was a very serious character in this.
Yeah, he played. Well, I'll get into it later.
Yeah.
Like when we talk about some of the more like punch you in the throat moments of this movie. But yeah, I believe it. His portrayal of his character was fantastic. Like you don't. This isn't Woody from fucking Cheers.
No,
that we're looking at.
No,
This
it was
is
much closer to Natural Born Killers than it is like
Yeah.
like as a serious role.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, for sure. He wasn't he in the fucking movie where they kill all the kids? What is that called?
Revenge of the Sith.
That is one. That is one.
See what you did there.
But it's not that one. It's the To Kill no, not To Kill a Mockingbird. Fuck. The hell's the name of the movie with the
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
District 12 and all the fucking
District 12. Yeah, he was in Mockingjay.
The Hunger Games.
Hunger
movie.
Games. Yeah, he was in Hunger Games.
Yes.
Yeah, he was good in that too.
Yeah.
You know, but here's the thing: like he was a drunk in that,
Right.
So it was kind of played to. I mean, he had to get serious and whatever, but like, kind of played to type a little bit.
Right.
Like
this, when I was watching him doing this role, I was thinking about how much better of a character development there was with this guy than he had with To Kill a Mockingbird or whatever.
The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
Yep.
Practically the same thing.
Yeah, you know.
Sure.
Like you do.
Some literary critics rolling in their grave right now. Some high school English teacher is very upset.
Right.
Yes, very, very. I apologize.
So anything else on this beginning part with the Lady Proxima and her little group?
So there was like I was watching it for like establishing things, like so the human trafficking bit that we're talking about, where like, all right, I have these kids that are going out to get stuff and coming back, and we're giving you portions of food, right? So we had this in Force Awakens, right?
Yeah,
we're kind of introduced to it. So them doing it here, where also you're like, okay, here's another world where it's like, okay, here's portions. Like I'm stealing and I'm getting portions from a particular individual. Like if it's not Unkar Plot, it's Proxima.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like they were trying to make that a thing right away.
Make that a connection, let you know that it's happening galaxy wide, not just on one planet.
And one thing I noticed, like it seemed like the vocal tone or the language was very, very similar to like Unkar Plot. Like remember the henchmen when they went out to get Rey?
Yeah.
And take the stuff. It sounded very similar to what they were, one of the henchmen was that, beat up Solo at, with the Proxima. How you doing?
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Did you guys, and think about this through the whole movie, was there a single Wilhelm scream?
Yes.
You did hear one?
There was one. I forget where, but I remember picking it up.
Okay.
Yes, there was one.
Yeah. Because
there was one Wilhelm scream.
Because I was hearing different screams, and I'm like, I heard like a SpongeBob SquarePants, my leg. Like I heard one of those, but I didn't hear a Wilhelm scream. Yep. So I'll have to go back.
It exists.
It was probably in that scene where Solo was, where he went flying basically, and that big ground battle was happening.
Yeah,
I'd be willing to bet it was during that.
That's where the SpongeBob one was.
Yeah,
like, oh, my leg. And they're having like all the trench warfare stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a big time gap that the comic books fill in a lot between when he joins up with the Imperial military, goes to the flight academy, and then gets kicked out.
Right.
There's a whole storyline there that they do in the comics that's super, super interesting.
I think I've read part of that when I still had the subscription. Remember we had the
Marvel,
and it's helpful to like read that and go rewatch the story, because the fact that he becomes a mud trooper is just you understand how just disdainful he is and how just disillusioned he is of the whole thing.
Right.
Because, when he goes to the Imperial Flight Academy, his attitude is like, this is it. I've arrived. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly. And
Right.
like, it just so happens to be with the Empire or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
he's gung ho. And then, a bunch of stuff happens and he eventually gets kicked out of.
Yeah, they
being
send
a
him back
pilot.
to the infantry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I love this Imperial port that they go to. Like once him and Kira get away and they're riding through the city, which all looked great, by the way. That whole chase scene where they're getting away in that stolen speeder, and they get to that Imperial spaceport, and I love the whole aesthetic of it. How it's very Imperial. You've got the Imperial March playing as they're the March of War.
Right. Eats neck, eats s'mores.
Yeah.
Meet new and interesting people and kill them.
Right.
Yeah.
The Imperial March is playing. Move along. They got the like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they grabbed that audio from the A New Hope and put it in there.
Yeah, and this whole movie is chock full of references.
Yeah.
Especially a lot to the original trilogy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. One thing I noticed before, when he gets to the recruiter, and first of all, like if you're going, like you're rousting all these people, right, for like not having IDs and shit like that, and then you're standing in front of the recruiter. They need their numbers that bad? It's like this dude just walks in front of the line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not checking shit. Like you don't even have a last name. Fuck it, Solo.
But if you read the books, the amount of worlds and the amount of people they're putting on those worlds to like,
Right.
yeah, I would bet they need numbers bad. Could you imagine being the guy in charge of staffing for the whole Imperial Army, whatever that's called, right? Like you're basically like
the A1 for fucking
like your report to whoever your direct report is like, yeah, it's been a good month this month. We're only under by 60% of where we need to be. It's
Mhm.
good. It's good. Yeah. Was 70, now 60. Making progress, sir.
Were we? Oh shit! Was that Legends or was that? Because I'm reading, Legends, the new Jedi ones. That last series that they put out,
Fate of the Jedi.
Fate of the Jedi. I'm reading that concurrently with all the stuff that we're doing here, but I recall that there was a thing with he was the money guy. Oh my god! I made
Banking clan guy?
no. It was. Oh, it was for the Legends with wow, my brain is like really like clicking on all cylinders. No, you remember we did the book that had the it was the Old Republic book that we did.
Yeah,
there was basically the resource advisor at the Imperial level, like the was it A5?
Yeah,
and that guy and what's his nuts kept walking up to him and he's like, look, we don't have the money to do that. We have to. He's like, well, take that from there and do this from there, and like his whole shtick. They stole like some sort of comm receiver from him so they can steal the encryption. Do you remember any of this? We did the book.
this sounds familiar, but
Or maybe we didn't do that book yet.
Jason is staring at you like now, right
I
now,
know,
like you
like-
stare at your grandparent with Alzheimer's. You're like, yeah,
That's honestly,
yeah.
I get that look a lot from him. I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of times words just start falling out of my face
I
because
gotcha.
my brain is like the hamster is.
So anyway, this
tripping over
this
itself.
guy ran Imperial HR on some level.
Yeah, he was like the money guy for
Got it.
the entire empire.
Well, that's how the entire war starts is bank regulation.
yeah, that is true.
I mean,
taxation of trade routes.
Yeah, I
and-
mean, if you want to go down this rabbit hole, we can go down this rabbit hole. But the bottom line is the Imperial Taxation Department, their version of the IRS, and the precursor to that in the Old Republic or the New Republic, the Old Republic is Yeah, I mean, it's basically the most powerful office in all of the Empire.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
They literally start the war that kicks off everything.
Yeah, and we just did the episodes of Clone Wars where it went into the banking clan and everything.
I mean, I'm a finance major, so for me, those episodes were great. I was like, oh, we're going to talk about how they paid for all this crap.
Yep.
Like, finally.
Yeah, good stuff.
Glad somebody was happy with that.
I was.
Like, I'm an ops guy. I'm not a finance guy. It's like,
Whatever.
tell me what my flying hours program is. I'll fly it out.
Tacitus, man. Money is the sinews of war.
It absolutely is. Somebody's got to go out there with the pointy stick, though.
Yeah, but people like me dictate how many pointy sticks you have,
Right.
how pointy they are.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. And I'll take said pointy stick and I'll jab somebody with it. Here, give me the stick.
So Corellia, he gets put on the he joins the Imperial Army.
Yep. And
Kira, the one thing I didn't like, kind of, I remember watching it the first time, like, oh yeah, Kira's not making it through that gate. Like, it's not happening. They get
Right.
split up. It's kind of cliche. I mean, whatever. It's fine. I don't know.
Well,
the writing there seemed a little weak.
What bothered me on first watching was the Solo part, right? Knowing all the legends material and everything else in the background for the family and everything else. And then going like, oh, I don't have any family, so some fucking Imperial with making his recruiting numbers comes up with Solo. Like that on first viewing, that part bothered me.
Yeah.
But on subsequent viewings, I've softened to it. Like it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah, I mean, on some level, right? The farther you get away from the Legends material in years, like probably starts to soften you a little bit.
Yeah.
The more stuff comes out, the more things shift and change.
That's what happens. You get older, things soften.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yep.
We're still talking about Star Wars, right?
My penis so smooth.
Okay.
So he joins the Imperial Army.
Yes. So obviously we had that great transition where he's like, "You'll be flying in no time," and of course you see Han go flying, and in that very beginning of that battle scene, the Imperial March is still playing in the background. I noticed, and that is something that I really love about this movie, and I'm sure you do too, Dave. Is all of the callbacks to the original John Williams score.
Yeah, so John Williams does one piece in this movie, and that's it.
Well, there's a couple of things that he worked on, but the one piece that he did, it's the Han Solo theme.
Yep.
He reworked the Han Solo theme.
Yeah.
So what you hear when they're going through the maw, like that was John Williams. But the guy who did the rest of it, John Powell, did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he did. It was seamless.
I think that, if we're making comparisons to what happened, the shit show that musically to me is Rogue One. You got a guy, he did the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, which actually has some really good music in it. He did Wicked.
I won't hold that against him.
The movies Wicked or the
movies?
It doesn't matter.
All the orchestration for it.
It's a shame.
So
I'm sorry.
So you take the top off of it and you just listen to the music. It's like any other music.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done a bunch of other stuff that is to me that made such a huge difference in this movie. I didn't think about the music. I went back and watched it to try and pick out the music to see okay, where am I feeling uncomfortable with the music? And I really didn't get that because I'm super sensitive to it.
Yeah.
Jason will tell you that.
I know
that's
your thing. I mean, that's everybody's got their thing. That's yours. This stuff.
And John Powell did a very, very good job, I think, on this and collaborating with John Williams to make it sound as good as it did, which makes it that much more remarkable that they had director issues and they had all these things to happen for this movie to even get made.
Yeah.
You bring in Ron Howard in. Ron Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Howard. Yeah, he came in and finished it.
For some reason I thought that like first name was wrong. But yeah, you bring him in and you make all these changes and make things happen. Things like that make it, that glue that still makes it come together. I'm upset that it doesn't make more money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that worked. Don't throw that away because it fell short. Like this is a combination for you that works. You should be revisiting that.
Yeah. One of my favorite callbacks musically was when they're first leaving Kessel and there's that big Star Destroyer in their way, and it plays that original Empire theme. Yes. Yeah. Before the Imperial March came out in Empire, they just had that.
Yep.
And I thought that was awesome. And then, of course, the whole asteroid field theme as they're going through the maw and everything.
Yeah. The music was, I had specifically noted that it was very well done.
Yeah. And
I appreciated it. And
it was Bob's home theaters where I really started picking up stuff like that, where I hadn't really picked them up before.
It's
you need to listen to it in your car every once
in a while. Right.
Yeah, and then watch the movie in your car while you're driving.
Right.
Well, I mean,
to pass the time.
It can be on. You don't have to watch it.
Sure. You don't have to.
Nobody's forcing you to.
No, not at all.
Nobody's forcing you to. But you can listen to it. Yep. Because you're getting great surround sound and a good sound system.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I hear you. I hear you.
You don't have to drive. You can just sit in your car.
You know how you get yourself out of a hole? You just stop digging. You just put the shovel down. That's how you do it.
It's not gonna change the fact that I do it. I don't know.
So from here is where he joins Woody Harrelson's group. What's his character?
Crew. Beckett.
Beckett, right?
Yeah.
Beckett.
And he falls in with them.
Tobias Beckett.
First we get the Chewbacca part, and then he, actually gets in with Beckett's crew.
So I'm fine with. Here's a question for you guys. I'm okay with how Han and Chewie get together now canonically.
Yeah,
but my issue with it is that later on, we never. The life debt thing is never mentioned.
I was thinking about that this time when we watched it. I was thinking, they never mentioned the life debt, which that was huge in Legends.
Right. There's certain throughout this entire movie. I mean, I wrote it down pretty early on. I mean, after the SpongeBob, my leg, I wrote it down. Did they ever mention the life debt? I was keyed in to think about it and to hear it later.
Yeah.
After they were standing in the shower, dick to dick.
That's where the life debt came in.
Right there you go. They satisfied the life debt.
Well, yeah, I mean, so the life debt is him saving him from imperial slavery. I mean, that's it.
Right.
That's the life debt.
And I think that's pretty much the way it was in Legends as well.
Yeah, it was a little different, but yes, I mean, big picture. Sure.
Yeah, but they never mentioned it in the movie. And really, now that you think about it, they never mentioned it in any of the movies.
No, they didn't. I mean, listen, I like that. One of the things I liked about this movie was its pacing.
Yeah.
Overall, I never felt like we really hit anywhere where I was thinking, all right, we can move on from here. I felt paced very well. And so the Chewie thing is something where you could have ended up spending a lot of time on them meeting and instead I felt that they paced it very well. They gave you enough, they got out, and then, shared trauma. They're the two new people in the gang on a bunch of adventures that go horribly wrong and
trauma bonding.
Yeah. And absolutely. Then, by the end of it, they're freeing prisoners from spice mines in Kessel. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like they paced it well. They gave me enough to make it believable. Right. And also because of the way they come into that crew, it's not like, okay, now I have to believe that these two people are just best friends. Well, no, they're the two new guys in the crew. So you're going to bro down because everybody else is
Right.
already got their connections.
They're already tight. And
Yeah.
oh, by the way, like they're not going to live very much longer.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm not getting close to you.
Right.
Right.
Like, I smell death. So we're gonna go ahead and stay close to the Wookiee.
Yeah. So that to me felt believable.
Okay. One other thing I just wanted to throw in there. I love the scene where you first see Beckett. You just kind of see his silhouette behind the battle, and he's gunslinging. He's like twirling his guns and shooting everywhere. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just showing him as kind of a gunslinger.
What I liked, we're spending a lot of time on this opening sequence, but the idea that, okay, this is a guy who's obviously done a lot of jobs with not necessarily like heists jobs, right? So all kinds of different situations, but he gets into this war environment and he has an idea of what needs to happen on the battlefield that actually works, right? He's like, hey, Captain, like Solo comes up, he's like, all right, Captain, you're the ranking guy, and they're all laughing at him. He's like, all right, well, you three, we're gonna do this, and you three go flank do that, and then we're gonna meet somewhere on the other side. And they go and they do it, and they obviously live through it because the wipe goes to when they're in the trenches, afterwards, and Solo's like, puppy dogging after him.
I like, and this just shows you how much of which makes it believable, how much of a con man Beckett is, like, or how much it makes it believable where Solo's like, I think the colonel would be, or the major would be very interested in you. And he's like,
oh, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, I've apprehended a deserter. And he just doubles down. Yeah. He's like, all right.
and don't believe anything he says.
Yeah.
Right.
This one's already been trouble before, Captain.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just, it's, to your point, it makes you feel like, oh, this is not his first rodeo.
Right.
Like, because it's seamless. He's like, Lieutenant, I've apprehended a deserter. You're like, it just right.
He understands rank structure. This isn't like, oh, I've never been in the military before or anything else. It's like, no, I know exactly how this works.
Yeah.
And I'm going to I'm going to get rid of this dude.
Yeah.
Seemingly for good.
Yep.
By calling this over and be like, okay, kid, you're Sierra de Fuego, kid.
Yeah. Nice try.
So we roll into the heist portion, the first heist, where they try to steal the coaxium from that train.
Right.
And I mean, overall, I thought it was a great sequence. Enfys Nest pisses me off so much.
They're a little weird. I get that you got to have a foil to the crew. I get that.
Right.
There are two parts of this movie that, to me, there's one part where I feel like if you take it away, the movie still works fine and you don't need it and it's superfluous. We'll get to that. And then there's a part where it just feels a little forced, and Enfys Nest is that because, and you don't hear about them ever in any more of any of the rebellion stuff. I don't know if they're in the comic books anywhere or any of the books. I haven't seen them. I mean, their backstory is that eventually they are the very first, the coaxium that they eventually steal at the end of the movie is sort of the down payment on the rebellion. So they fund Saul Guerrera. Like that's they sell it, and all the money goes to Saul's crew, and that's kind of what starts the combat arm of the rebellion. But like, I don't know. They're just a little contrived. Yeah. Or it just feels like weird. I don't know. I don't know. I felt. I'm saying this like you could have done it. You could have found something a little more interesting to do to give them a foil, but I don't have a better idea. So who the hell am I?
Yeah.
And I mean, for some of the other stuff, we know that the Dryden Voss change, like that was entire character
change last minute.
Makes you wonder what other things they had to kind of rewrite.
Yeah, good point.
To make work for this.
Because they did have to refilm a large portion of the movie after Lord and Miller were shit canned and they brought in Ron Howard.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they work. It's not like they don't work. I just mean that.
It's just like you said. It's kind of like
it feels like they just zoom in and then zoom out, and I've got like nothing.
But to your point about the pacing, though, like they're mentioned a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Old girl
Val.
mentions it. Val mentions it to like, hey, instead of fucking bringing on new kids, we should really be worried about Memphis
Memphis
Nest. So it's at least being talked about so that when they do show up,
Yeah.
you're kind of, it's not like, the fuck is this?
Mhm.
So I think it helps with the pacing. You don't really think about it till later, like, okay,
No.
why are they important?
Yeah.
I love the scene. This is late in the heist where they're both tugging on the coaxium cart and they eventually let it go and it drops down and it explodes. It's very seismic charge,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
explosion,
Yeah.
which was
I'm going to end your mountain.
Yeah.
Yep, change topography here.
Yeah.
But so even as part of the scene, like I wrote, and he's dead. Sorry, kids. Like when the Andwellan died.
Oh yeah.
Whatever
He
his
gets
name
shot.
was.
Yep.
So you get a guy up there, he shoots him a fatal shot in the fucking upper torso, right? And then he's like dying. They know he's dying. He's fucking crashing the ship. Solo gets up there and he's like, it sucks to die alone. Right? You're like, this is like an adult life or like life ending kind of thing. I don't know that this is like we're like, hey kids, let's teach about grandma dying.
yeah.
Right? This is like Nan's Ellen's or whatever, and this dude's dead.
I did notice this theme through the movies. Any movie that doesn't have Jedis in it, any movie with Jedis in it, there's a main or very important secondary character who pays the cost, right? So there's always got to be a cost. Somebody dies, right? It's Qui-Gon. It's go down the list. Obi-Wan, and then in Revenge of the in Revenge of the Sith, it's really Anakin. I mean, it's Padme, but it's really Anakin.
Yeah.
So in the non-Jedi appearance movies, they kill everybody.
Everybody.
No one is sacred.
Yeah.
I mean, in Rogue One, towards the end, I remember being in the theaters, and this is what made me love the movie. I remember thinking, holy shit, no one's getting off this island.
Right.
They're all dying. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, that is the one thing is like I think about it like poisoning the cannon, right? There's nobody's coming off the island to fucking suddenly show up.
Right.
You have to explain later in the canon because there's no business having it.
Nope.
Like you had this story, you wrote it, it's self-contained, you're continuing into something else, and you didn't poison the cannon by having these people live.
Yep.
You don't have this white knight fucking walking around somewhere. No, they're dead. They're all dead.
Yep.
So same thing with this. Like the pilot fucking and he's dead. Then shortly thereafter, Val fucking go ahead and
explodes herself
and blows herself up. It's been a ride. Bam! Like, oh, okay. Now she's dead. Like, right?
I mean,
all right.
Really, what you do know is there are three people. There are definitely three people that are going to live through this, but that's it. There are no other guarantees for the rest of the film.
Yeah, exactly.
And after the botched heist, we get introduced to Dryden Voss, which I think he was a phenomenal character.
I love this character.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, I want more. Like, can we do a series on him?
How did he get in power in Crimson Dawn?
Yeah.
Like there's got to be a whole fucking thing about that.
There's a ton of comics about Kira and her time running Crimson Dawn.
Right.
But I don't know how much there is on Dryden Voss.
Yeah, I don't think there's much out there.
Well, I probably because he was one of those characters that they had to fucking figure out.
Yeah, he was
to get the movie out.
He was supposed to be an animated character with Paul Bettany's voice, and then they were like, "Look, for one reason or another, we're not animating him.
Right,
we're just gonna." He was supposed to look more like a lion.
Yeah, it was like some lion character or whatever.
And
like, oh wait, we have Paul Bettany, who's an actor.
Have you ever seen him? Yeah. Knight's Tale. Anyone? Sorry, still one of his best roles.
So they casted it appropriately. I think what they did with the makeup and showing like his anger and like kind of how he flushes, I thought I thought that was brilliant. I like whatever species he is, where that is shown.
He's like half human, half something. He's an alien, and
Right.
I forget which one, but yeah,
He's obviously not human,
no, he's not human.
but just the like being able to show like how quickly he comes to anger by like very viscerally with like, showing it on his face.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it was a great addition to whatever this character was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so matter of factly, talks about things like, well, if you guys fail this, no other choice.
Right. He's like, I'm gonna play the cool guy, like, hey, eat a lot or drink a lot, eat a little, talk some business or whatever. And
Yeah.
he's like, kind of walking into the thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Well, he was well cast for sure.
So they mention when they're working out, like what are they going to do to make it up? And they mentioned Mercy Island as one of the places where potentially you get coaxium.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard of Mercy Island before in canon?
I don't think so.
I was curious. Like it was just one of those things. Was like they never do anything just to do it.
Right.
There's got to be a reason that it was mentioned, and I didn't get a chance to follow up on it after I watched, but I wrote it down. Mercy Island ? It was like, where is Mercy Island? Like what is that supposed to be? Because she mentioned
Has not been further visually depicted or further explored in subsequent films or series.
no shit.
It's just one along with Scarif. It's two places mentioned by Kira as potentially getting coaxium. So with so I think the because remember they're talking about refined coaxium.
Yeah.
So I think the implication here is it's some Imperial base that refines coaxium,
Right.
just like Scarif, which is interesting, right? Scarif, the importance of Scarif is not necessarily the archives.
Right.
It's that
That just happens.
it's
to
an
be
oil field.
Right.
Where it's an oil refinery. It's a coaxium refinery.
Though it is kind of weird hosting your big archive, next to some really explosive material. And
Maybe.
Well, if you have to power a giant shield,
Yeah.
right? You're powering this giant planet shield. Like you're not Spaceballs. You got to power this giant shield. You have to data centers eat a lot of energy.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So
And the Empire is known, rightly for good or ill, that there's sort of two ways to look at this stuff. You spread everything out, or you put all your eggs in one basket. The Empire is definitely option B.
yeah, they're an eggs in one basket.
Like, hey, we built this giant Death Star, and it got exploded, and that created all sorts of problems for us. What should we do? Double down, build a bigger one.
Yep.
Wait, sir. I just said, I heard what you said. Build a bigger one.
Yeah. Build it over there. or over there on the other side of the galaxy.
Much to Thrawn's chagrin.
Right.
Yeah, well.
We're introduced to Donald Glover as Lando, which again, another great performance.
Amazing casting.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah. I think he nailed Lando.
Yep.
More than Alden Ehrenreich nailed Solo. Though.
Agreed.
Yeah. What are we highlighting here, Dave?
That-
Dave relates to the guy that angers easily.
I don't know. It's facts.
You turn red when you get angry too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Irish. That's his thing.
When there were
Maybe that's the alien. It's like he's
Gotcha.
Irishanian.
Yeah. Okay. No. Actually says he's an undisclosed, like, they don't name him ever. They don't name his.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was this throwaway line where apparently Beckett killed Aurra Singh. We talked about that.
So in the Beckett comic book, that happens, and then he says, "Well, it was more of a shove than a kill," which is what happens. They're on a job. Yeah, like they're on a job, and she tries to do something crappy, and it's kind of funny because like there's no real fight between. They don't like. It's obvious in the job they don't like each other.
Mhm.
But at one point, like she tries to double cross him, and he's just like push.
Yeah.
And it just keeps walking. You're like,
solved.
I mean, which again, if you've read that comic, which was written after this, by the way, it just tracks onto like he's a serious dude, you know, like
Yeah.
he's seen and done some crap.
Yeah.
You know, he's not funny. He is not the comic relief. He is like,
Right.
you know,
He's the guy that like, why are you hooking up with this broad who I know is in up to her fucking tits in with Crimson Dawn? Like, get out of there. What are you doing?
yeah. And you know what? It's funny because you can look at his role sometimes as, oh, he's, you know, he's the wise elder giving advice, but not really. No. It's just like, look, I need you
Right.
to do this job. This is it all comes back to I'm doing a job.
Right.
You're either helping me or you're hurting me. You fall into people fall into two categories, right? Like, and right now you're in the latter category, and that's a problem. So, you know, for the time we've had together, I'm gonna give you some advice, but ultimately, like, you're gonna be one bucket or the other.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I know you're not gonna like to hear this, Bob,
Okay.
but I actually liked L3 in this movie.
Yeah, you could have deleted her character in this movie. Would have
I-
been just fine.
So I'm more with Jason on this one. So, and here's why. Like knowing that Bob's gonna have this reaction. But upon rewatching it like this weekend, I was kind of like, there are definitely scenes where I'm like, ah, God, like the robot sequences. You have all the good Lando stuff when they initially meet, and then before they get to the ship, and she's all like, you know, robot rights, whatever, right? You have all that crap. You can get rid of that. But all the interaction, like on the Falcon, and like you have there's a comic element that doesn't exist anywhere with any of the other characters, right? There's no other droids that are just like, you know, there is some little like comic-y things that happen in the kind of in the background, but you don't have anything that's affecting what the heist. So now you're interjecting some of this like Star Wars, like, hey, this is Star Wars. There's going to be some fun. And so this was it. And oh, by the way, I'm only going to keep it alive for about 25 minutes. And then I'm going to kill it in a horrible fucking death and make Lando like cry about it. And then fucking,
I mean, I will say this. It does help you understand the dynamic between Lando and Han, that the one thing that Lando maybe ever had real feelings for gets its brain piped into the ship that he loses in a sabacc match for the rest of his life.
Yep.
It's like, hey, your friend's brain, I just won that. And guess what? You're never getting it back.
Right.
So
I'm
like,
flip these switches, and I'm going to, I think we were talking about it after we watched it. Like, God, Han and Chewie are fucking dirtbags.
yeah. So when we get on the ship, are we there yet? If I'm jumping
Yeah, no,
ahead,
go ahead. On there.
Like, they get on the ship, and the first thing I said, I was like, you know what I notice? The ship's clean.
Yeah.
Like, Han and Chewie are just disgusting people, apparently.
Yeah, it's like the Millennium Falcon that they get on when they first meet Lando is so far removed from what we see in the later years.
Which now makes sense, because I never understood when Luke first sees the Falcon.
It's a piece of junk.
Exactly. Like, I'm just like, it's just a ship. I don't understand. Now I kind of get it.
But Luke has probably seen or read about what Corellian,
what a YT cruiser
looks like, and was like, well, I mean, technically this is one of those.
Right.
But I mean, you couldn't at some point in your entire career, you didn't make enough money to have someone go in and wash that padding? Not once.
Nope.
No, not once. All right.
And I think The Force Awakens just kind of reinforced the fact that Han was always kind of a broke, not very good smuggler.
Wait a minute. He's a general of the Republic. The Republic won. He walks away with tons of credits. Not one dime of that gets spent on the ship, on cleaning the ship.
Not cleaning it, no.
Jesus Christ. How expensive is the hyperdrive to fix? All right.
All I know is I would imagine that there's a droid out there that you could get. To,
And by the way,
your job is to clean.
And by the way, he doesn't spend it on the hyperdrive because by Empire, guess what doesn't work?
Yes.
Yep.
So what did you spend all that money on? It's not capes. You don't own any of those.
No capes.
A lot of death sticks.
Something.
Hookers and blow.
Someone's got a drug habit.
Yeah. Hookers and blow.
My money's on Chewbacca.
Yeah. Now, I do want to say one more thing about L3 real quick. You mentioned the whole droid's rights and all that. You know, how she's kind of supposed to be this woke robot. I don't think that's the case. I think it's all very tongue in cheek. I don't,
sure.
I don't think they're really trying to give a message or anything. I think if anything, they're kind of making fun of.
No, it's
that
over
kind of
it's
person.
over the top. I mean, so if they were trying to make a message, they would try to be subtle, and the subtlety would actually land by beating you over the head with it, which is the way Star Wars works with their political stances.
Yeah,
when they put them in movies.
And I don't mean that's not really what I mean. Like the woke part of it, I just mean like the scene itself. You could have like cut, and then gone to where hey, we're going to go see the Falcon for the first time, and get to the part where she's standing there, which I laughed out loud with the
don't look.
Yeah, don't look. I can't do this when you're looking. And then she's standing there like, I can feel you looking at me. I thought that was funny.
I did too.
I watch it and tell me where the other comic relief is in this movie. And it's
I don't need to. Rogue One barely had any.
Right. This isn't Rogue One.
Right. I mean, Rogue One was a better movie for that. That's one of the reasons why. But it's fine.
Rogue One has. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We're getting to that. I just it could have been another character.
Sure.
You know, I just found again the movie's great, right? So we're nitpicking here. I just think this is. Like I said, I thought there were two pieces of weak writing in this whole thing. This is the second one. Like that character's the second one. You know.
Okay. And yeah, she's not for everybody.
Nope.
Nope. But not the worst thing, and certainly not the worst thing that ever in Star Wars.
She didn't look. Listen, Jar Jar Binks ruined a movie for me. All right. The L3 didn't do that. I mean, you know, it's not that level.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the idea of it. To me, it's a callback to Empire. When 3PO is like, where did your fucking ship
learn to speak,
learn to talk?
Yeah,
and
it's like basically offensive,
right?
Yeah,
it's probably saying all kinds of shit to 3PO.
Yeah,
once she got into the ship.
Yeah.
So we get to Kessel, and this whole sequence.
One more thing before we get there. When Lando and Han are in the cockpit and they have the conversation about my dad built these. Like I like that little back and forth. Like
it's a tie back to Legends too.
Yeah. It was I like that small bit of interaction there because it ties it back to Corellia with the Legends material. And it also makes it like, hey, this isn't the only one of these things that was ever built.
Oh yeah.
Right? There were more of these because that's what they did in Corellia. And it kind of, I don't know that the casual is going to pick up on that fact that like, hey, we're opening the door to just tell you that there's more of these fucking things. But I don't know. It's just a little nuance that I appreciated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and you even hear that in A New Hope because one of the things that it's a Y-class raider, sir. As if like, we've seen, there's a ton of them out there,
right.
Yeah.
Which is, I just had a thought I probably shouldn't say.
that you probably shouldn't say it.
Then I'm not going to say it.
All right, then.
All right. So we get to Kessel, and this is all came about because George Lucas doesn't know the difference between distance and time. And,
parsec, I'm not going to get into it. Parsec is technically also a distance.
But that's what I'm saying. Parsec is a distance, not time. But in the original Star Wars, he made it sound like it was time, not a distance.
Parsecs.
Yep. So they had to do this real convoluted way of making that all make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get there to Kessel. they break in, they start stealing the coaxium. Chewie finds some other Wookiees.
It's the first
Yeah.
live action of the Pikes that you get to see.
Yeah.
Yes, which was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love seeing those.
Yep.
I like him releasing the Wookiees because again, it hammers down on the plot point of the Wookiees being enslaved.
Yeah.
I loved watching Chewbacca just go ape shit on these guards too, slamming them into the ceiling, slamming them head first down into the ground.
Yep.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is pre-bowcaster. He uses his hands a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
190 years old. You look great.
You know what's interesting too? I always thought the bandolier was for a bowcaster, but he gets the bandolier way before.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was ammunition for that, but it's not.
It's just a statement piece at this point.
Right.
Like, I like it. Kind of just lays just nicely. You know?
Then of course they escape. They're going through the maw and everything. That was a really cool sequences. They're getting chased by the TIE fighters and
Yeah, and the big, I call it a beholder from D&D, but it's the big monster that's in the maw.
Mm-hmm.
Vacuum breathing life forms.
Yep.
So before they get to that scene, before they get to Kessel, there's this conversation. I forget who's having it, but somebody mentions the vacuum breathing.
It's L3 and Kira.
Is that it?
Yeah.
When she talks about how would that work? It's like it works.
It works.
that one. When that was said, I immediately thought of the worm that they fly out of an Empire.
Oh yeah.
Like vacuum breathing life forms.
The
right?
space whales have got to be like that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they exist.
And so it's like you have those things, and then my next thought was, what the fuck are they eating? Like, what are they sustaining themselves on?
Well, here's the thing. This is going to shock you. So just...
I'm sitting down.
I know. I'm glad. How's your heart?
Terrible.
Okay. Star Wars as a series, as a movie, as a universe. It's a fantasy. It's not science fiction.
I don't believe you.
I know. Denial is always the first reaction.
Your reality is substitute my own.
I understand, but you will come to see, if you think about this more, it's a fantasy world. Like there's explosions in space. Can we just start there?
Big fireballs in space.
Big, huge.
Well, there's all the oxygen that they use to burn.
Right. Obviously.
Anyway. The vacuum breathing monsters are breathing in all the oxygen that does the explosions in space.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. In the vacuum.
Yeah.
Don't look up the definition of vacuum.
How do your eyes blink? Why would their eyes blink? Why would they need to blink?
Well,
there's no moisture. Like you don't eat.
There's water in space. It's ice.
Yeah, and it's going to cover your eye.
You don't know.
Maybe
they have an internal temperature. Maybe there's an internal temperature that they generate, and so when the ice hits them, it turns into water and moisture, and
that's how they facilitate blinking.
Sure.
For a million eyes.
Yes, science.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
All right. So, anything else on the Kessel Run before they get back to the planet where they refine the coaxium?
Again, paced well.
Yeah.
Not too long, not dragged out, like, tension. Everybody doing something to try to get them, Beckett's there like trying to, this coaxium's getting really ripe.
Right. And then the part where he's telling Han, like, oh, it's like, skin on a whatever. And Han's like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Like,
and I don't know if it's I think it's the part where they're on their way to Kessel where Han's like, I have a really good feeling about this.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the one movie where no one says I have a bad feeling about it. It's substituted with I have a good feeling about this.
And there was so many bad things.
Oh, yeah.
So many.
I'll tell you what I like about the Kessel Run. It's not like the Millennium Falcon gets into a battle and then it ends up on that planet dilapidated.
Right.
Nope. It gets destroyed piece by piece while Lando watches it happen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And his choices are die or have the ship just like, Han's like, I learned this from a friend of mine who was a street racer. Like, what, like, how'd that work out? Worked out great, right until he died.
Right.
You know, like
And he died doing it.
he died doing it. Yeah, and like you're just watching up that landing gears off. Oh, that satellite dish is gone. Like,
Mhm.
I don't need that for communication
Yeah.
at all.
no,
Don't need to talk to anybody.
Nope.
And oh yeah, you totally like right out of the combat handbook is when you do a fucking aileron roll into the TIE fighter.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you got past me. Like, oh, there he is. Rip, bam. It's like, oh, okay, shit. Why not? Just
well, wait,
use the fucking
wait,
ship to
well,
knock the other
well,
ship.
you know what? You know what? If you're Han, you're like, I mean, it's not my ship.
Right, exactly.
Right.
It's like, I could have won it, but fucker cheated, so fuck him.
Never thought about that. It's good.
So once they get back to the planet, Enfys Nest shows up again, and they start formulating this plan where Han's going to him up to Dryden Voss.
I like the best scene in the movie for me is Lando walking out of the ship. He's shot, you know, his arm's in a sling, his clothing's torn, which
Right.
for him is like, and like the ship's just falling apart.
Yep.
And Han doesn't say it. He says a bunch of other stuff, but the implication is like, well, you know, any landing you can walk away from. And he's just, he doesn't say it, but Lando just looks and is like, I hate you.
Right.
I hate you.
And of course, Han, being Han, is
I know.
I know.
That's what I wrote down. I hate you. I know.
Like, which by the way is the same response to I love you.
Right.
Same response.
Yeah, that's a great callback.
Yeah. So that interaction for me was one of the best parts of the movie. I
It
mean,
was.
it's just like,
I hate you.
I know.
And then as he's walking away, he's like, never?
I'm
Just throws up his arm.
going to go get on my ship.
Right.
I'm going to wait for my cut. And then I never want to see you again. Never?
Wonder why he leaves. Do you think it's because he saw Dryden Voss was like the yacht was coming or something?
No, because he probably saw Enfys Nest, because he left right after they ambushed him. And Han's like, "Oh, I've got a whole army on that
Right.
ship, so you better back off." And then, of course,
He didn't get his cut, right? So he left without that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he's just like, this was a disaster. And what is the best way to get out of a hole? I'm going to stop digging. I'm
Mhm.
leaving.
Yeah.
I'm cut. I
This
mean,
is the
land.
part where I usually turn around.
Right. This is, I mean, this shows you the type of person Lando is versus Han.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Lando's like, no, this is where I cut my losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your first loss is your best loss, right? Whereas Han's like, no, this is where I double down.
Yeah. I love this next scene where they go up to Dryden's yacht, and you know, he's being all like, "Oh, Kira, I'm so glad you're alive." And he's like, "Let me see the coaxium," you
Yeah.
know, and he's
Beckett didn't make it. Oh,
yeah.
Han, my boy, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Right. Really playing it up.
Yeah.
when he knows the whole time what's going on.
Right.
I thought that whole scene was great.
And he's like, you want me to show it to you? He's like, yes, Han, I really do.
Like, he just pulls it out. He's like, you should be careful with that. I should be if it were coaxium. You know, he's like puts it on the table, and then there's, and this is because Paul Bettany's a good actor, right? The reveal when he realizes that is real coax. You know, he's like, it's almost like I did what now?
You're like, shit. The oh shit look.
Yep.
So when Han started fighting Dryden Voss, Kira is like kind of not cowering, but she's kind of hiding behind a pillar. She finds that sword. She's kind of looking at it. She's not engaging yet. I'm almost wondering if she was waiting for Voss to kill Han before she jumped him.
I think she was just waiting for the right
I think
opportunity.
she was doing calculus.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like if I kill him, I take over. But like, if he kills Han before, like, but if I don't pull it off, like, so can I really off him? Maybe I let him kill Han first,
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, like, I think it's just calculus. Like, all right, where's my advantage here?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
do I do nothing? Because nothing probably puts me back. You know, like,
Right. Probably kills me anyway.
yeah. So like, what, you know, I think
All
it's
right.
calculus.
Yeah, and the way she ends it, it just kind of makes me think that, you know, she was never that into Han, like at this point.
But she's like she obviously has gotten to that point that she is by being like super cunning and like has to be a version of herself that got her to that point.
Right.
Like that is a survival mechanism at its fullest. And at some point, like the child that had that relationship, like Han had the luxury of holding on to that where she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it shows you the divergent character arcs. That thing that Han held on to is what carried him through all of his really rough times.
Mhm.
And it's the same thing she had to get rid of to get her through her rough times, because she, you know, it's like two ways of dealing with trauma. I'm just not going to care about anything. No, I'm really going to latch onto this thing that keeps me warm.
Yeah.
If you read the comic books, there's a whole Crimson Dawn series, and it happens after Han gets frozen in carbonite. And basically, so it happens between Empire and Jedi. And it's sort of the story of how Han eventually makes his way to Jabba's palace, because the carbonite actually gets boosted by someone else, and then, you know, the rebellion figures it out. So Leia's like, well, let's go get Han. Let's, you know, and so there's this whole series and during that, Kira takes Crimson Dawn and sort of amalgamates the Pikes, all the other syndicates into one like Uber syndicate that she kind of runs with leverage over everybody, and gets to a point where she almost offs she finds a Sith artifact. She almost offs Vader and offs the Emperor at the same time. So like, not her personally, but the situation she puts themselves in is one of those like Kobayashi Maru situations. Like,
Okay.
you know, no matter what choice you make, you're going to die. And really what gets them out of it is Vader's fucking Vader. Vader's just like, yeah, I'm just going to brute force my way through this. Like, I am so, you know, I am the chosen one with the Force. Let me show you why I am. You know, I'm just going to break everything.
Nice.
All I see is dead men.
Yeah, all I see is basically all I see is dead men. So, but she makes a play to get Han. And when you read the series, one of the questions I kept coming back to was like, for what? Like, there's no upside for you. Don't need, you've infinite funds, you know, like, you know, and sometimes she'll be like, well, I need the rebellion to play ball with me too. So if I have this,
Right.
I can get, but like, then there's a point where Leia's like, we'll never play ball with you. I don't care if it's for Han. Like, so, and she continues to, so there's something there. There is something there, because she continues to make a play to try to get him.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And then it all falls apart.
Is that message correct, Dave?
Badly.
I kind of noticed.
What's that?
Dave has to pee.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Is this where we pause, or are we
No,
still talk?
just
No, we can keep talking.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So this is where I wrote my notes. No mention of Chewbacca's life debt.
Yeah, I think it's implied from being saved from slavery.
Right.
But yeah, but no moment where, even where it's like, oh, buddy, it's not that big of a deal, you know, like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, because it was played such a big part in Legends. You know,
Yeah,
it
did.
extended to, you know, Han's children, and
Yeah, I mean, we got the holiday special because of that freaking thing. You know what? Second thought, maybe there is a reason they haven't mentioned it explicitly. Does anybody else want to see another holiday special?
No, I think one's enough.
I mean, you couldn't do it now because the drugs are fentanyl, which kills you pretty quickly.
Right.
Cocaine, you stay alive, you just get loopy.
Yeah, which they must have all been on it for that.
I mean, there's a lot of cocaine. Quaaludes were still a thing back then.
Yeah. Oh my god. I couldn't imagine.
Horse tranquilizers, hell of a drug.
So we get Maul.
Yeah, we get Maul at the end,
and it's Ray Park's face with Sam Witwer's voice.
It's a combination of their voices.
Oh, is it a combination?
Yeah, they amalgamate them. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It pretty much sounds like Sam Witwer by and large, and the lightsaber.
Yes.
So, I mean, this is just how good Star Wars is in canon and continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Maul shows up, and he doesn't have Maul's lightsaber.
Right.
He has a Inquisitor lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, this is made before the Maul series, right? So then the Maul series basically tells you how that happens because, Maul's lightsaber gets cut in half. He hands the Shadow Collective part to Devin Azara. He keeps the one piece of his old lightsaber, and he's got the Inquisitor saber in the other hand.
Yeah.
So I saw that, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, they're fantastic at keeping that continuity
But they had to back into that one.
yeah, true.
They made an executive decision that, nope, this is not going to be Maul's saber. It's going to be a different looking saber. And then somewhere down the line in Maul, either at the beginning or at some point as they're doing it, are like, oh yeah, we gotta get to that spot somehow.
Pictures. Sam Witwer in the background going like, yeah, no, so this thing happened. So you have to make sure that he's holding this saber, not that one.
I love hearing the stories about how Sam Witwer out geeks Dave Filoni sometimes.
Yeah. Sitting there with Pablo Hidalgo going like, no, it has to go like this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and that's the way it should be.
For sure.
I mean, who knows that character better than him?
I mean, this is what I think I said this the last time I was on the show years ago when we were talking about, I think we were talking about the prequels at that point, or the last 3 episodes at that point. Like, I remember not having anything for Star Wars as you two do, as many do. Like, that's it. You got 3 films. That's it. You got a crappy Ewok story, and you get the debacle that is the holiday special. And like, so like when Star Wars started to make new movies and people were upset, angry, I was like grateful. I was like, holy crap, we get prequels?
Mm-hmm.
Point being, I think it's amazing that the people that get involved with Star Wars are fans. Who better to safeguard the legacy?
Absolutely.
I think it's great.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, John Boyega, when we met him at Philly Fan Expo, I have for those who aren't in this room, so I have a lightsaber baby killer, right? So Anakin's lightsaber that has been signed by everyone who's ever held it. Every voice actor, every actor who's ever held it has signed this saber. So that means Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, what's his name, who voiced Anakin, and then Hayden Christensen. So we walked up to John Boyega.
Maz Kanata.
Yeah, I do have to get the Maz Kanata voice. Okay,
shit.
so I'll have to get her. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if she really holds it though.
She has it.
She doesn't.
She's the one who hands it to Boyega.
but she doesn't like use it. Like,
she doesn't ignite it.
This is pretty much everybody who's ever used it, not just handled it, but like used it.
That's fair.
And so I'm at Boyega. It's got every signature on it. Daisy Ridley, everyone's on there. He's the last one. And I hand it to him. Remember, he looks at it and he's like, oh, no shit, man. This has every... I was like, yeah, you're the last one. He goes, and he twists it and he looks at me. He goes, nah, brother, you're missing one. I'm like, or no, mate, you're missing one. I'm like, what am I missing? He goes, where's Han? I was like, come on, man. It was like one side. He's like, nope. And I asked him, I said, well, I mean, he never signs anything. He's like, yeah, he doesn't do a lot of these. I said, you think you could hook a brother up? And he pulls his phone out and he goes, flips it up to Harrison Ford. And he's like, I can't, man. I'm sorry. It's like, but good luck. So I got Harrison Ford at a mail-in signing later. But the point is, John Boyega is a fan. That's he cares enough to be like, no, man, if I see what you're doing, if that's what you're doing, like, then do it.
Yeah.
You
got to go all out.
I think it's great. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
To that end. So I'm watching the prequels, and in episode 2, Anakin has his lightsaber that gets cut in half.
Yep. Yeah, I've got all 3 of them, each one, the third one is the one that's signed by everybody, but like,
excellent. That was my question.
Yeah, I've got the
I
one.
couldn't remember which.
So they're all a little different. The one from episode 1, or not episode 1. Anakin had 3 technically. He's got one in episode 2 that then gets thrown on the conveyor line,
Right.
and he loses it.
It gets chopped in half.
Just gets chopped in half. He has one in episode, and then he in episode 2 it gets replaced, and it's the same as the one in episode 3 with like the switch is different.
Uh-huh.
The switch changes by episode 3, and there's a couple of like little grips on the end that change very minutely.
Uh-huh.
But if you put them next to each other, there's definitely a difference. So Christensen signed all 3 of those for me.
Nice.
And on my wall, the one that's signed by everybody's in a glass case. That's not hanging on the wall. The 3 on the wall, 2 are signed by Christensen, and then I have another one of Baby Killer, and I got the creator of the lightsaber to sign that one, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, dude.
The guy who was the prop master who created all the original lightsaber from the Graflex.
Yeah, I did they make a Baby Killer version of the Black Series? Did they make a Black Series version of the Baby Killer? They did for
there's
the
a
Vader.
I know
there's a
the
legacy
Vader one.
lightsaber from Disney. That's where I got that from. There's legacy lightsabers. They probably made a Black Series one. They're the same. They're pretty much the same. They're just packaged differently. It's the same exact construction. Because I have a legacy lightsaber of Palpatine, and then I have a Black Series one that I bought.
Uh-huh.
They're literally identical. Hold them, weight, everything. I think they're the same thing, honestly.
Because I'll tell you, I went to Disney. I had a lightsaber built. And that was the fucking experience was.
Oh, it's so cool.
It was awesome.
Yep, I've done it twice now.
Yeah, and I was over, our friend John's, and he's just got his stuff from Hawaii, so we're unpacking the pods, and they got the lightsabers out that they had gotten from their most recent trip. So he got his daughters out, and we put batteries in it, and went through the whole thing, and they were awesome. But I keep coming back to my Black Series Vader is probably still my favorite lightsaber.
Yeah, it's a cool lightsaber.
Like it is like there's just something about it. There's something about like how it feels.
Vader had different lightsabers between the 3. They're different by just slight changes between the 3 films too.
Really?
Yeah, and then
so which one? Like,
the iconic
over there.
Yeah, the one. The one that the Black Series and Legacy put out for Disney is like the iconic one that everyone sees, but they're a little different. The interesting thing about the lightsabers, let's go down a rabbit hole, is
this is a rabbit hole I'm willing to go
fine.
down.
It's fine. We can do it.
In there somewhere.
A lot of the props, particularly from A New Hope into Empire Strikes Back, got chucked in a box. They didn't save them. When they went back to do Empire and Return, they had to rebuild some of these things. So like I showed you in my basement, I have the Han Solo blaster, and that it's probably the best replica of the original blaster you could ever find. And the reason for that is there is no Han Solo blaster that exists that is totally original parts, but there is one. I think it's from Empire. It might be from Jedi, where most of it was saved. Somebody bought it. They rebuilt it to spec as best they could because it's a Mauser. It's a broom handle Mauser is what it's basically. And then it got auctioned off as basically, for a large amount of money. And the prop guy who built mine got to go take measurements, weigh it, and do everything. So he's a prop guy who makes props and made a run of these. And he didn't make that many. He did it over COVID, and you were supposed to get yours in 6 months. 3 years later, he started delivering. Just COVID, and he was really nice. He was sweet. He would have these update videos like, I'm really sorry, I'm working on it. He'd be like, I got the mold back. It wasn't what I wanted. I'm sending it back. And you're like, oh man, like I remember watching and being like, dude, I'll wait for 10 years. You are.
Yeah. If you're that into it, like, I can't wait.
And so, and yes, Han, and yes, what's it called? Harrison Ford signed that. We had mail in the scope because he won't sign guns. But apparently, if you send him a scope for a gun, he'll sign that. So I'm very appreciative. Thank you, Mr. Ford. Really do appreciate it. But yeah, so a lot of these props, like the originals, don't exist. People have found pieces of them. So when they went back for, episode 4 and 5, they had to rebuild some stuff, and so there's some difference in some of the lightsabers and other stuff from.
They took their best guess based on the materials. that they had.
Yeah, or like, oh, well, I've got most of it, but somebody threw this in a box. What the hell happened to it? You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and there were 3 versions apparently in the original. There was like a heavy one that was never meant to be lit up. Then there was like a lighter one where they had a cord that ran through the actor's arm into it, and it had the sort of beam, and it was lighter, and you pressed it and it lit up, and
Mhm.
where they would run in and put it in another shot. But apparently, I remember this interview with Hamill where he said there were 3 separate lightsabers, like versions that they all used depending on what the scene was. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, final thoughts on Solo before we move on to the rankings.
Rewatch it. Go. It's. I think if you haven't seen it in a long time, you need to watch it with a appreciative eye for what it's giving you for Star Wars content.
Yeah. After this recent rewatch, I have grown a whole new appreciation for this
Yeah.
movie.
For sure.
Because I had a sort of a low opinion about it before.
Right.
I mean, for as much as I'm a lightsaber fanatic, I really find myself gravitating towards the non-Jedi movies within and series within the Star Wars universe.
Mhm.
Like Andor for me was an absolutely, on many levels, phenomenal series.
Oh yeah.
Rogue
God.
One is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. And Solo falls into that. It holds up well.
Yeah.
It holds up better than some others. Like when we got out of that, I didn't feel like I wasted 2 hours and 15 minutes. I thought I was
Absolutely not.
entertained. It was good. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and like I said, it was kind of initiated by me rewatching it, fairly recently, and saying to you, like, you should rewatch it.
Yeah,
it
like
holds up.
Just because it does. It holds up, and it's entertaining. It's entertaining, and it's Star Wars.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did. All right. So the other thing that we're going to be doing today is we're going to re-rank the movies. Every once in a while, we'll do our rankings of the movies based on new movies that come out. Mandalorian and Grogu came out earlier this year, so we're going to do that. So we're going to rank really the 12 live action Star Wars movies that have been released theatrically.
Right.
We can all just say that the Clone Wars animated movie is like the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
Right. Well, it's not on this list. We're not counting it.
Right.
Basically.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not counting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
there's 12 theatrical feature films.
Yes.
Basically. Yep.
So do you want to start and we'll kind of go our normal back and forth?
Yeah, I'll start. Last Jedi.
Wait, what?
That's my number 12.
Oh, we're starting at 12. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, we're working our way up.
I'm out.
We're working our way to a crescendo here.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were cinematically illiterate. I'm gone.
Yeah, Last Jedi is,
Okay, shoot.
is my worst.
I mean,
All
my
right.
heart dropped into my. Dave, don't do that to me.
Let's wait just one pass and we'll talk about that a little more.
All right.
Bob, what about you? Number 12.
Yours isn't Last Jedi, is it?
It sure is.
So is mine.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. I'll never forgive Ryan Johnson for this piece of garbage that they put out. There's a little bit that's actually worthwhile. I do like the Rey and Kylo Ren stuff. Everything else about this movie, god awful in my opinion.
I mean, for me, there are snippets of it that are entertaining, good. I've watched it more than once. It's the disappointment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's watching everything else and understanding what it could have been,
Yep.
and knowing that it wasn't.
Yeah. The build up. I mean, just for Jason and I, as we're like starting this podcast, and how high we were after Force Awakens.
And we'll get to this when we talk about it, but like
it-
Force Awakens was a very good movie,
Yes.
following a very good formula that we'll get to it. But yes, I agree with that.
We were so ready, and all the things that we talked about of what the Last Jedi could be. I mean, obviously, like you can't, we're even as Star Wars fans, as much knowledge as you could have. I am a Star Wars fan. See, it says it up there. There were some that questioned my me being a Star Wars fan.
No.
So just have to remind people. But it was the letdown. Like I can't watch this movie impartially without that emotion. Because I've tried. I've rewatched Last Jedi more than I've rewatched Rise of Skywalker. And because I want to find something that I can say, like, okay, this is what I'm going to hold on to, because this is still Star Wars. Like I want to find something.
Yeah.
And I still can't put this any higher. There is a Mandalorian episode worth of content in this movie.
Yeah, and one of the short ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as that episode gets up to the part where fucking Leia is Mary Poppins, I'm out. Like that shit right there is enough to make me shut it off.
Yeah.
I am interested to see what happens as my kids get older and I show them this without sort of those preconceived notions, whether they watch it and go, "Oh, Dad, that was a really great movie." I'm going to wait for that because I'm going to say, I'm going to want to remember this and say to them, why? Tell me why.
Right.
With all honesty. Because to your point, there is so much buildup for us having lived through the drought of Star Wars for years and these coming. And so, yeah, agreed.
Yep. All right. So my number 11 is Rise of Skywalker. And now I will say The Last Jedi is the only Star Wars movie that I actively dislike. Every other movie on this list I still liked to some degree, but I would still rank Rise of Skywalker as my second to last, just because it was kind of a mess. They were trying to clean up what they did with The Last Jedi, and it kind of worked, but it just overall it didn't really do it for me.
Yeah, it's a tough task to bring JJ back to trying to finish a story that he started. It's finishing something, picking up past the chasm that was created.
Yeah.
That he would have to do. And it was a tough task. I can only imagine. I'd like to think that, all these things you hear about where JJ and Rian Johnson were like sitting at the table and JJ's like, here's what I think. And Rian Johnson going like, yeah, all right, cool. And then, doing a Luke Skywalker and throwing it behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your number 11?
Well, hold on. Let's do yours next because we're going kind of back and forth.
So mine's The Phantom Menace.
Okay.
And this was really tough, actually, because when I think about The Phantom Menace, it's the first film that comes out after the drought. So there's that buildup, right?
Yeah.
There's the Duel of the Fates, which is a amazing piece of cinema and a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
And the music and all of that. And if that were a Mandalorian episode, and we were ranking Mandalorian episode or we were ranking series, right? And it would be like at the top 3. The problem I have with Phantom Menace is, aside from that, I can't. There's nothing really there for me. I've tried. It is the one movie that I just skip when I start. If I'm like, I'm going to sit down and watch all the Star Wars, it's like, oh God, we're going to do this one. Can I just do the Duel of the Fates? I mean, I can. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want.
Right,
but
exactly.
like I shouldn't, and I know I should. But God, does that mean I got to sit through the rest of this? So for me, it was I put it at 11, unfortunately, and that was really difficult for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of this list was difficult for me.
Yeah.
And again, I don't dislike it.
Right.
It's not like I don't want to not. I hate this film. I just, yeah.
It has to. Look, this is a ranking list, and
things
have to get ranked.
And what makes it hard is I watched the documentary for Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, which is a great 2-season documentary.
Yeah,
we did that for the show. It's terrific.
Yeah.
And I knew the story of Ahmad best, but not as intimately as they talk about it in there.
Right.
And so it's not even Jar Jar for me. Before it used to be, I saw that and I was like, okay, I understand the thinking.
Yeah.
Lucas makes a comment like, I make movies for like 10-year-old kids. Jar Jar's a character for 10-year-old. So I'm like, okay, I get all that. It's fair, and so it's not even that anymore. It's just the whole thing is just kind of, I can take it or leave it. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. And we'll talk more when it comes to at least to my
my 11 is episode 1 also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 1.
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Okay. Oh, right. Sorry.
A lot of the same stuff you're talking about. I've watched it. I've rewatched it a lot, and watched it with. I want to know, like we've read the books about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and how that relationship developed and everything else, and so I pick out those elements of that, and really, if you eliminate the Gungans, then you have almost a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Like, because there's elements of that, like even in the big battle sequence, like you don't need the Gungans there. Like you don't have to nerf the the locals.
Yeah.
You can actually have, like, all right, if they're taking over the planet, they're taking over the fucking planet. They need help. Send the fucking fleet. You don't need to have this Gungan battle. Like, I just think that this is George in excess. Trying to do too much, and it kind of pours out.
The graphics don't hold up well.
It doesn't.
And there's something that's happened between that and episode 2 where they do hold up really well, the computer graphic and all, and the animation. Every time I watch it, I come back to thinking this movie doesn't hold up very well.
Yeah, there was a jump in technology for sure.
Yeah.
I think they figured out something with the how they made the digital images.
All right, Dave. So your number 10.
My number 10 is Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
And we kind of already talked about it. This is the movie besides Mandalorian, because it hasn't been out on video yet, but I've only probably watched this movie less than 5 times.
Yeah.
And I've seen every one of these other movies, at least that, even Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I think I've watched it in its entirety, like sat down and watched the whole thing 3 times. And at least...
And 2 of them were in theaters.
2 of them were in theaters with you.
Yeah.
So I talk about it on the show, but there's this thing about the finality of the Skywalker saga, right? They leave this door open with like Rey and this other thing, but in reality, this is kind of like the end of this is the end of my era as a, like, being born in 75 to whenever, like, this lineage of Star Wars for me closed with that movie. And whatever that movie turned out to be, it was going to have that. And I have a difficult time rewatching it because of that. There's a lot of good elements in the movie, I think. I think JJ did a good job for what he was handed.
Yes.
And there was a lot of elements where I think they went a little too far trying to recover.
Yeah.
I think there was a little PIO involved, pilot induced oscillation. Where you didn't have to quite go that far. You didn't have to do that much fan servicing to get us to come back to this. Like, you did good things. So my inadequate watching of it isn't really, it's really because I don't want to watch it. It's like I don't want to watch something that makes me sad, I guess. And at the end of that movie, it's like watching at the end of Return of the Jedi when this is the final credits.
Yeah.
This could be, at the time, right? Could be the last time I hear John Williams score a fucking Star Wars movie. You know, there's all these emotions that pour into it, and so that's an unfortunate reality of me with this movie.
All right. Bob, you're number 10.
Also, Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
So for some of the same reasons, mine's again, it goes back to sort of Last Jedi, but not with the vitriol of like, you know, and they could have. There's so much that could have been done with the storyline here that I just felt like we're going back to Palpatine. Like, okay, the Legends clone thing was weak when it got written, and we're kind of doing that now. Like, Rey's a Palpatine. Like, Rey being a Palpatine's actually interesting.
Yeah, and
It's just that was interesting. It's just the way it got revealed.
Yeah, how we got there.
You know how we got there. So again, it's not because I don't like the film. I think it's a bad film or any of that. I think it's a fine film. It's just, again, the disappointment with where it could have gone.
Yeah.
And the scene where they bring everybody. Oh, the entire galaxy showing up. I'm like, okay. I am watching a story in a world set with space wizards and explosions in space. So my disbelief will suspend really freaking far. This, I'm sorry, this is where you lose me. Thank you for losing me on the very last one you do.
Right.
But like, this is where it breaks right here.
Yeah. There was a lot of Star Destroyers.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah.
There was like,
Well, no. When the entire galaxy shows up to help, you know.
True. To help against a lot of Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
There was too many.
Yeah.
Too many Star
So,
Destroyers.
I mean, but to your point,
not believable.
the reason this doesn't get 11 for me is because I also realize like JJ made a great film and then got handed it back and had to your point, Jason, like clean up.
Yeah.
So, you know, it gets a break.
Okay. My number 10. Don't hate me for this, but Mandalorian and Grogu.
I don't hate you for it.
It again, I don't dislike this movie. It was a fun movie to watch, but I can't see myself going back to this very often. Just like I wouldn't go back to the actual Mandalorian show very often.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I probably only watch choice episodes if I ever went back to watch some of it.
The Ahsoka episode's a great episode.
Yeah, it is really good.
That's like ripped right out of Kurosawa. It's amazing. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, and there's no recency bias here because I put it fairly low on my list. It's just, I don't know. It was a fine one-off, but nothing that I would, watch over and over again like I do a lot of these other movies. So, and then moving on to my number 9, The Phantom Menace.
Yep.
I ranked it a little bit higher than you guys because with all of the extra canon that we've been given, like the background of Qui-Gon and Cypher Dyas and Dooku, and it kind of, and this being the beginning of Palpatine's big plan, it just, I don't know, it's resonating with me more as the years go on. I used to despise it. With the Jar Jar and everything else, I used to.
Yeah, I don't despise it anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's not that. It's just.
Yeah. I think it's been redeemed over the years. And yeah.
Yeah, I will say the redemption arc of the actors from the first 3 has been a really fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, between like, Ahmed Best and Hayden
and everybody. Like it's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
My 9 is Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay.
I thought it was a really good film. It was entertaining. I saw it twice in the theaters. Didn't mind.
Mine was too. So we'll
yeah. I mean, it was just sort of like, it's good. It was entertaining. I didn't feel like I wasted my money, but not deep. You know what I mean? And not every film has to be deep, so that's okay.
Yeah. It was a popcorn movie.
Yep.
But kind of what prompted the conversation and why people call me not a Star Wars fan, was me saying, like, is this a Star Wars movie?
I can understand that question.
Yeah. I mean, because when you look at all these other ones, even talking about Phantom Menace, Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, these are canonical advancements in what's happening to this story.
Yeah.
Right. Rogue One, Solo even have canonical advancements to this story. What does this advance?
Well, I think the difference here is this is the first movie post the 9 trilogy movies where the is set after as a clean canvas. Like, who knows what it's advancing? I don't know what that story is. None of us do, you know?
Yeah.
I know the future is scary.
All right, Dave, number 8.
My number 8 is Rogue One.
Wow.
So, and the dagger that brings Rogue One down is the music. I've rewatched Rogue One, and I listen. I used to not like Rogue One.
I remember.
A lot. And the Andor series made me go back and really take a hard look at Rogue One and appreciate what's going on with the characters and everything else. Which I think Andor as a series is better than Rogue One the movie. Like,
Oh, sure.
For me, that's an order of magnitude better.
Yeah.
But to me, there's elements of Rogue One where they missed it with the music. They missed it with the music. They made a conscious choice to kind of get away from certain things, and they just missed the mark.
Right?
So,
and that's, to me, again, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
To me, my Star Wars fandom, like, when you're coming away from John Williams and what has established this franchise as much as anything has been the music. And if you're going to put a movie out, you have to back it up. You have to back it up with the music. Like, Mandalorian established its own music, and we got the benefit of hearing it through the series. So we kind of had, we had a warm up to it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but we had a warm up to it. For this one, there are parts where it is just like they're fucking missing notes. Like, they're like the music is tripping on itself in transition, and it fucking gets me every goddamn time. And I don't need that in a movie. That takes me out of it every time I watch it. So that's why.
Okay. Bob?
Number 8 for me is Solo.
Okay.
So, again, we talked about this, but
yeah,
I think it's a great movie.
We just talked about it for,
So I think it's a great movie. It's got a lot going for it. I enjoy it. I'm just not as high as some of the other ones.
Okay, fair enough. My number 8 is Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, interesting.
So, I do enjoy this movie a lot. It just had to fall somewhere.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of Solo for me. Like, I enjoy it, just had to put it somewhere.
Yep. And then right into my number 7 is Solo. So pretty close to yours. The rewatch really helped me appreciate it more. And
so my number 7 is Force Awakens. And this was hard. By the time I got to 7, because I started from the bottom up, it started to get really tough. I'm like, it's like degrees, there's, I think Force Awakens was a great movie. I think that they did something very smart with that movie, which was, you know what? We're not going to go jump the shark. We're going to take the formula that worked for the first one, and we're just going to play it over again to let everybody know it's okay.
Yeah.
And it was a great movie.
Yeah, and I never got why people fucking were so against that. Like, oh, it's just the first one over again.
Yeah, and you love the first one.
Yeah. So, like,
yeah. So, the reason maybe it ends up there is because that's also what they did. It's not as exciting to me as maybe some of the other ones plot-wise, but it was of the 3, it's the one I enjoy watching the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Dave and I are on record of having real high opinions of Force Awakens.
Yeah. And like I said, all of these from 7 up are by like degrees. It's not a lot. So
okay. Dave?
Solo.
So
yeah. We talked in nauseam about it. And then Force Awakens.
It's number 6.
Is minus 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those things. The music is phenomenal. Some of John Williams' best work is out of this soundtrack. Like,
really,
I love the Rey theme.
Yeah. Rey theme is so different, and it's stands out really well. The scene with I Can Fly Anything is really good. There's certain score that's in it that is a part of my. I have a playlist. It's called John Williams Bangers,
Mhm.
and then there's certain.
You're gonna have to
elements
share
in
that
it.
one with me.
Yeah. Do you use Spotify or
I use everything.
Everything?
I pay for everything.
but yeah, that's The Force Awakens. We gush about it all the time because of the emotion of it. Like
Deserves it.
The build up was there. Got to take my daughter, who was at an age where I think she like really appreciated seeing a Star Wars movie. Like she was a teenager,
Yeah.
and she wanted to see it. Like she wanted the whole experience, which was great. We had a whole experience going to the theater.
There's all kinds of stories with that.
And it was the last, like, it was kind of the last real theater experience, you know? We bought tickets in advance so that we could get in line hours early to make sure we got a good seat, because it wasn't assigned seating. It was general seating in Cherry Hill. You know, like these things don't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Everything is like, oh, you got to jump in, you got to get your assigned seat.
It reaches all the way back to the Man Theater in LA.
Yeah.
in Hollywood.
It was a whole experience, which, you know, I say all that stuff, and it's my number 6.
It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. Exactly. Bob, what you got?
Attack of the Clones, number 6. So, you know, it's a good movie and I enjoy it. There's a lot of tiebacks to the Clone Wars, which, you know, for me are a big deal. You know, I love the Clone Wars as a series. Yeah, again, these are all by degrees now. So Attack of the Clones.
Okay. My number 6 is Rogue One.
Okay.
So yeah, for the reasons that we talked about, it was a very solid movie. Now, this is where I might get some hate. My number 5, Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
This was never my favorite movie of the original trilogy.
Wow.
I saw it for the first time when I was like 8 years old, maybe. I saw it after I saw Return of the Jedi, so I saw them out of order. So, you know, I came off Return of the Jedi, which, you know, was...
You already knew it was father, you know.
Yeah.
No reveal.
There's no reveal.
Yeah, and I don't know, it was such a downer for a kid like me. You know, it didn't resonate with me, and to this day, I realize why it's such a fantastic movie and why a lot of people say it's their favorite, but it was never mine, and I don't know if it ever will be. So yeah.
So mine is Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Of the 3 prequels, it's my favorite. You know, probably because it's dark, which would be a theme. It's just probably a theme. You know, I wish I like Hayden Christensen's acting now. I wish I liked it more back then.
Yeah.
It's hard for me.
But you can blame George for that because he doesn't know how to direct actors.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm not throwing shade on him, on the actor. I just mean, you know, it's hard for me to appreciate it. But you know, particularly sort of the second half of the film for me. I mean, it's just, you know, when you watch episode 4, A New Hope, you're like, all right, well, how do we get here? And when you watch episodes 1 and 2, you're kind of like, all right, there's a war and something happens, but I still don't understand how we get to here. Then you watch the second half of episode 3, you're like, oh, I know why everything is screwed up.
Yeah.
Like I get,
It's all becomes clear.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep, that's screwed up. All right. And also because, you know, baby killer becomes baby killer.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
All right. Dave?
So
your number 5.
My number 5 is episode 2.
Okay.
When I saw it in theater, this is Natalie Portman at her absolute hottest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
B, the scenes like what you were talking about with the CGI. Like the CGI,
it's still not quite there in that.
But the one place where I think they got it right in the theater when I first saw it was that main battle sequence, because it's all CGI.
Yeah.
Right. So there was no, like, I think in the places where they were still trying to like interpose the actors, I think there was still some choppiness, But in those sequences where it was just all CGI and you just have that, it's okay. It's a war is on. And they showed these giant battle sequences on the movie theater with the fucking music and everything else. I was just like, this is the fucking Clone Wars.
Right.
And it just gave me that impact. And that meant something to me.
It was interesting is I was reading a book. I just finished a book on the the making of the Lord of the Rings, which is a super fascinating story. If you've never, just how it comes together, how it should never have happened. When they get into the motion capture piece of it, that was one of the first films to ever use it, and certainly to use it to the degree that they did use it. It got me to thinking, because ILM gets mentioned in there about how this really put Weta on the map, motion capture, and they start competing with ILM, to thinking like, that's the thing that's kind of missing in the prequel trilogies, is like that technology's not there yet.
Right.
And had it been, I think they would, I think it would be very different.
Instead of the straight just blue screen and trying to just interpose,
Yeah.
if they'd had the mocap to be able to like really, really integrate it, I think it would have made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So number 4.
This is going to be really controversial. The original trilogy. The original.
Episode 4.
A New Hope.
Really?
New Hope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Comes out of, for the first time ever, comes out of my top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously it's the original.
Yeah.
And I'll say more about what makes the other ones better than that. Is probably more important than what we all know what the original Star Wars is. But watching it as a movie compared to my top 3 is like, what if I sit down to watch Star Wars, what am I going to watch? And it falls number 4.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. I'm sure we'll talk more about it as we go along. Bob,
here's my controversial one. Rogue One is my number 4.
Okay. So you got a pretty high up there.
So I love Kelly's Heroes. You guys seen Kelly's Heroes? It's got Clint Eastwood, Don Rickles. It's a World War II movie where it's a heist movie, but they got to put a whole squad together to go do it. So they start picking people up, and then, and it's comedy, but it's not, because people die. And like, it's a great movie. And if you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. Still holds up. When I saw Rogue One, I was like, yeah, this is Kelly's Heroes. Like, they got to go do a thing. It's in the middle of a war, and they got to put a squad together to go do it. And for me, it was the first non-space wizard movie. There's no Jedi in this, right? This is just regular freaking people trying to get by in a universe where that stuff does exist and you don't have access to it. And what really did it for me was, I think I mentioned it before, that moment where I remember the moment where I realized it was going to happen. They're pulling the disc from the thing, and she's almost falling, and Cassian Andor's on the outside trying to figure it out, and K2SO gets shot.
Yeah.
Right. And this is after you see people outside, there's still, some of them are still alive, but you're like, okay, the guys outside aren't making it. Okay. So they're all dying. I get it. All right. So this is the cost.
Dead,
like, and like the servant of the Wills, what's his name? Like, they're dying. That hasn't happened yet, but you're like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. They're doing a delaying tactic. None of them are making it. They're not getting off on the ship. I wonder how they get off the planet, particularly because I know that the plans don't get off with them. Like, we know how that. So I'm like, And as soon as K2SO gets shot, I'm like, none of them are getting off. They all die. I remember being next to my wife and wanting to like get up and cheer and be like, yes, you kill everyone, you magnificent bastards. Like, yes, like no one is sacred. I mean, so for those reasons, Rogue, like I said, I tend to, I found myself over the last 10 years, 2016, so 10 years, gravitating towards those films more and more as I get older that don't have Jedi in them. and this film for me was hit on a lot. This film hit. I'm a World War II, World War I guy. I grew up on old war, on those old
Right.
movies. So for me, this hit on a lot of levels. So
All right.
I can dig it.
Very good. My number 4 is Revenge of the Sith. The thing that really does it for me in this movie is Palpatine. I think Ian McDiarmid steals the scene every time he's on screen. He just did such a great performance every time he's talking to Anakin. And
I heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
yeah, we get that, and then we get what I thought was an even better scene is when he reveals to Anakin that he uses the dark side, and Anakin pulls out his saber, and Palpatine doesn't flinch. He's like, "Are you going to kill me?" And
I don't want to.
Yeah,
no, you do.
I can feel your anger. Yeah, I think Ian McDiarmid really stole the show in this, and yeah, absolutely love it. Which goes to my number 3, The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Yeah, I absolutely love this movie. We saw it in theaters like 4 times, I think.
Yeah.
It was a lot, and I've watched it many times since it came out on home video, and yeah, like everything you said, it brought back that good formula and didn't stray too far, and I like the new characters, and
yeah, it's not. You use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
Yes, I use that line all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's probably once a day I use that.
Yeah. So now we're in the top 3. A New Hope. So for, of the 3, it's just, it's a great movie for all the reasons why it's the first one. It was my first Star Wars movie. My aunt showed me, who lived across the street from us, still does, from the house I grew up in, showed me Star Wars when I was like 5. And I remember my mom came in once and they had the scrolling text at the beginning, and I was reading it at 5 years old, and my mother thought I was a genius. She's like, my 5-year-old reads? No, my aunt would read it to me, and I memorized all of it. Nice. For all 3 of the movies, and then I would read it back because I just knew the timing. And so anyway, point is, I have a lot of really special memories for this. I'm sure many people do.
Yeah. But
of the 3, if you're like you get 2, this is the one I'm cutting.
Right.
Okay. What do you got, Dave?
My number 3 is Empire.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the top 3.
Yeah, it's all degrees.
Yeah.
I put Empire over the original right now because of development, because of character development. Like I'm a lot of what my list consists of right now is like, again, watchability, and it's like as we're building on the story, like how the characters are being developed, and the original is the original, and this is how the characters get started. But there's just enough of everything in Empire to make it one of the best, and the darkness that's in it. This idea that the good guys aren't always going to come out on top, right? Because this is very clearly a movie where the good guys are not winning.
No, this is just how do we lose less?
Right. How do we just make it out alive?
Yep.
And this is for a young kid, this is like, hey, wait, the good guy's not winning. This one, like conceptually, it doesn't even make sense to think about.
Yeah. And you said this was the first one you saw in theaters, right?
I saw it in a drive-through.
Yeah.
So, or the drive-in rather. The drive-through. It'd be a long ass drive-through. We saw it in the drive-in, and I saw it at home later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Bob?
2 for me is Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So of the 3, like I have some of the best memories of watching this with my aunt.
We had 2 or 3.
2. We're 2.
Oh, did we skip your 2?
Yeah.
Because you got to go. You were 3. Now you have to go 2.
Yeah.
Right. So 3 was Empire. 2 is Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Reasons. the fucking score.
Yeah, the score in
Fucking
that's-
devastating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's fucking devastating. Like the duel between not just the score, but the duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan is one of the best good versus evil. The brother, like it's storytelling at its absolute fucking finest. Like you can't script a better sequence, and the fact that they did it, like they
had to slow it down.
They had to slow down their fucking performance because they were actually wielding those fucking lightsabers expertly throughout the entire thing.
Mhm.
Right? There was getting to where we were with Vader. Yeah, there's a couple of little sprinkles of like, ugh, but the reality of like, you kind of mentioned it, like this is like you get to the second half of this movie and it's like, oh, this is how we have all everything goes to fucking hell. You watch them execute Order 66, and when you first see this, you're like, what the fuck is happening? Right? Think about when you first saw it, like,
Well, because the first half of the movie, you're like, there's a lot of Jedi. How do they all get snuffed out? Like, I don't, how,
right?
you know,
How does this even happen?
yeah, you're like, because even through the first third of the movie, I'm like, I remember thinking, like, I don't know how we're gonna get there.
Yeah, I don't think any of us saw it.
No.
You know, being the clones turning on the
Execute
Jedi.
Order 66, like,
And then it makes sense. You're like, oh, insurmountable odds. Got it. Right. Yep.
Yep.
You just throw bodies at the problem till
Yep.
it goes away.
Mhm.
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, and with you've just spent, like, think of all the things that Palpatine did to get to that moment in time to make that order work, right? You develop two armies. You get those armies, like this general, like all these generals, Jedi acting as generals, have to get in,
Have to get embedded.
yeah, they have to feel like their clone troopers that are with them are like, this is, yeah, we're with them as people, like they're invested.
Yeah.
And then yeah, they're not going to feel when I make them turn. They're not going to know when it happens. They're going to be so surprised when it's when the first bullet hits them is when they're going to realize that they're fucking been betrayed.
Yeah.
Like, that's how deep it fucking goes, that Palpatine makes it go. The thing that, like, besides all that, when I first saw it in the theater, my first reaction was like, oh my God, this is all about a fucking broad. Because it was all about like, oh, I gotta save Padme,
I found the writing a little weak on all that, but
Yeah.
whatever, it's all right.
If you apply the Palpatine is now, like, what is Palpatine doing to kind of turn that up?
Right.
Like, what is he doing to make that, like, I'm gonna go in the Force and I'm gonna tune this pheromone up a little bit so that the passions are flowing. Like, I need you to be more like a Sith before you realize it. And then this is just going to be your breaking point. Like, this passion. I mean, you already married the fucking girl and you're lying about it. And now you're fighting almost the entire war with it, with having a wife that you knock up later.
Mhm.
And you're still keeping it a secret, allegedly. You're trying to, anyway.
I do like how in the last 3 Clone Wars episodes, Obi-Wan pretty much like was like, yeah, we all
Yeah, we all kind of know.
Yeah.
But yeah, episode 3. If you want to look at if you could look at my Apple Music and see how many times I've played, like, the better than Duel of the Fates is the Obi-Wan versus Anakin.
Yeah.
Battle of the Heroes, I think that one's called.
There's 2. There's 2 pieces.
Oh.
So it's Obi-Wan versus Anakin and then Battle of the Heroes.
Okay.
They're very, very, like, they one goes into the other. Like,
Gotcha.
so they sound very similar.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, fucking, if that doesn't make your fucking heart race, you're dead. You're dead.
Yeah. Now, Bob, you said your 2 was Return of the Jedi. So is mine.
Yep.
So, and I think I have a lot of the same memories that you do.
Yeah.
It was, very special to me. That was the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the theater, but
yeah, and being that age, I think I was 6 at the time, 5 or 6, so it was perfect. I love the Ewoks and everything.
yeah, the age I was at, the Ewoks didn't bother me.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, I mean, that's my number one was Return of the Jedi, obviously, because there's none left.
Where was The Force Awakens? I don't remember you saying that.
It was
It was
down like.
before Episode 2
Oh, okay.
and after Solo.
All right.
Yeah.
So your number one then is the OG.
Yeah, New Hope. It's again very special memories with that one, and it's the original, and I feel like it's still the perfect movie. Luke's whininess aside, I think everything else about it is just perfect, and it's what started this whole universe.
Yeah.
Empire.
Okay.
Because it's dark. A lot of the things you said. I mean, as a kid, it was like, I remember watching it one of the first times I watched it, and being like, so we didn't win?
Right.
So Han Solo is a rock.
Right.
And
he's effectively dead.
He's going to the gangster. Like, Luke gets his hand hacked off. Oh, yeah. Small detail. Finds out the guy that did it happens to be his father.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the demonic, horrible villain is your dad. And the person that you fell in love with and kissed is your sister. Like, you are having a really rough week.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong for you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking 3PO gets torn to pieces.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember when Luke showed up and when I saw Return of the Jedi and he's in all black, I'm like, well, this figures, because after the week this guy's had,
Right.
like, you'd be wearing black too.
First thing you're going to do is choke out some fucking Gamorrean guard.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you and fuck you.
Like, I remember when he walks in with swagger, I'm like, yeah, my boy got his hand chopped off and kissed his sister and found out his father was like a psychopath who's murdered half the universe. Like, yes, this all tracks.
Yeah, black is the appropriate.
Yeah, black is the appropriate number. We're gonna choke out a couple of green guys, and I'm gonna go threaten a gangster. Like, yeah,
we're strolling here. No lightsaber, because your lightsaber is stuck in a fucking droid.
Right.
That you sent there a fucking week ago.
Yeah, like, so yeah. I mean, Empire for me hits a lot of things. I mean, I think very similar to you, Jason. I actually think in a lot of ways it's the perfect movie because it doesn't feed into being, it's gratifying, but not because you end up with the good guys winning.
Right.
It manages to make it gratifying while the good guys are having the worst week of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
The asteroid fields.
Never tell me the odds.
Right.
So I guess it's
Jedi.
Okay, that's right.
Jedi is number one. First one, and it comes down to the experience. Not only from watchability, because I'll put Jedi on. I don't care. Like, it's a culmination of those movies, right? If I'm watching Jedi in my head, I've already it's almost like I'm watching A New Hope and Empire at the same time, like everything. Everything's kind of culminating into that third movie.
Yep.
The snap hiss of the fucking lightsaber and
Luke's lightsaber has that perfect sound in that movie.
This guy. Did you notice that Yoda's green lightsaber has the same activation?
No.
Yeah, if you look in episode 2, when Yoda's fighting Dooku, like when Yoda activates his lightsaber, it's the same fucking snap hiss, which I found interesting. Anyway, yeah, Return of Jedi, like first one I saw in the theaters. I was Luke for Halloween that year.
Mm-hmm.
I got my flashlight lightsaber, like the picture of me and Rick. He was He-Man that year. It just I think the beginning of my Star Wars fandom, because that's when I think I got for Christmas that year I got the Millennium Falcon. I think it was that year, or it might have been the year before, but that was one of my I usually got one big gift a year, and that was the Falcon that one year. That was fucking the best. G.I. Joe fit perfectly into the Falcon, so they spent as much flight time in there as fucking as Han or anybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my journey in Star Wars starts with that movie. Like, do you remember they had like a book series? It was had for the 3 series, and it was a magazine size like book, and it had for Return of the Jedi, it had Luke on the cover with his lightsaber ignited. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, that to me that's the beginning. That's phase 1 of the rest of all of this. It starts with that image.
I could see that. And Return of the Jedi is very close to my number 1 too. It's those could be
I mean, that's why it's my number 2. I mean, it's
and like you said, all these movies, once you start getting into the top, it's like, oh god,
the degrees. It's like 1 degree here and there.
Yep.
So
all right, so we're way over time, so I think we're going to end it now. We're not going to do the end of the show reads.
Yeah, and there's really nothing going on anyway. So
if you want to know all about us, listen to another episode at the end, and we go through all the reads.
bio.link /sidebarcantina.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Bob, thank you so much for coming.
No, thanks for letting me hang out.
Yeah.
I always enjoy coming back here.
Yeah, and let's not wait 4 years for the next one.
Happy to do whenever you guys want.
All right.
Now it's episode, what was this? 406 was this one?
407.
407. Yeah, you don't need to wait another 200 episodes or
Got it.
All right,
Duly
but
noted.
Next week I think we're getting back to the Clone Wars. We're finishing season 6 with that 3-part Yoda storyline, and
It's the one where he goes to Exegol, right? Not Exegol.
it's Korriban, but
Korriban.
they renamed it to Morriban, which we'll get into that.
All right.
But yeah, that's it for this show. Thank you for everybody who stayed with us on the YouTube. Thank you to all of our audio listeners. We never forget about you. And until next time, Dave, Bob, and everybody else, may the Force be with you.
the Force be with
May the Force be with you.
Clank. Man, I really drank the shit out of this. There is nothing left. You've had this, right?
Back when I drank.
Okay, now what do I click?
Thank you.
I don't have anything to